Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another live stream. How are we? Let me know how you're doing in the chat. Let me know what you are up to right now. And let me know what your plans are for GAMEWEEK24. I haven't actually made a transfer. I know there were price changes last night. And I know that I probably would have saved a bit of money. But I'm still not entirely sure who I'm selling, who I'm buying, and whether I'm taking a hit or not. So I just think, unless you're absolutely sure, it's probably not worth it. On top of that, and this isn't to, if you've made an early transfer, you've made an early transfer. But on top of that, Man City at the early kickoff and Liverpool play at 3. So I kind of feel like there's a chance of getting both Man City and Liverpool news today. So I just felt like it was worth it on this occasion to just hold off a little bit with the transfers. So yeah, say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. We've got Harry in the chat, Shulnak, Matthew, Claudette, good to see you. Pavel, Peter, Pele? Pele, is that you? Lance, Low, Abis. Oh, this is when you see how badly I butcher names. I lecture for a living. And if I ever have to take a manual register, I can't pronounce any names. It's terrible. And everyone just laughs. Sophie in the chat, Marcus, good to see you. Damien, Anover? Like an ANOVA, like an analysis of it. Okay, that right. We're such nerds, honestly. That was my girlfriend laughing because I just made a nerdy comment. Gabriel in the chat, Clive, Pineapple Films, Keaton, Lincoln. Good to see you all. Thank you for being here. So, do you know what? We're just going to jump straight into it. I don't think we've got time to waste today. Not that I ever waste time. I'm an efficient man. But here's the way that the team is currently looking. ignore the captaincy armband. Let me just move myself a bit more central. There you go. Ignore the captaincy armband. We'll talk about captaincy in a bit. I haven't made a transfer yet, and I've got 1 free transfer and 2.2 million in the bank. I think the plan at the moment, I was going to sell Palmer, but I just think Palmer's going to pop off against Crystal Palace. You know, you just get a feeling about a fixture, and I just think Palace without Eze, Elise, and Gahey, they've been slightly poor at home this season. I just think it just looks like a fixture set on Monday night under the lights. It's just a Palmer 12 to 15 pointer would be my prediction. And I just don't want to sell him ahead of that. So I'm currently maybe thinking instead it's just Gordon to Jota, but then I have to bench probably Ollie Watkins, Saka or Foden. So basically, do I bring in Jota to bench Watkins? Do I roll the transfer or do I just sell Palmer and then I don't have a benching headache, I guess? But I've got things to think about, absolutely. I do really want Jota. I think I've committed. I know probably the wise thing is just I don't need Jota this week. Because like if I just did this instead, right, I could just roll the transfer, right? That is a perfectly good team. I've already got Trent. I've already got Darwin. I've got my 2 City. That is a really strong team. I don't need Jota this week. But I want Jota. And sometimes that's what it comes down to in FPL. So, yeah, I'm probably going to replace Gordon. And that means probably benching Watkins. But we'll do a few polls in a bit to work out who you think is the best player to bench in this situation. Because I think a lot of people will be in a similar position. If you're bringing in Darwin and Jota this week, you might have to bench someone like a Palmer or a Watkins or a Saka. And I don't think any of them are great to bench. It doesn't help as well. Foden just got 20 points. Watkins just got 18 points. Saka got 9 and I think Palmer got 8. So, yeah, it's not ideal. Mark says, hi Ross, would you play Gross or Neto? Gross. Neto playing at home, but Gross now on penalties, thanks. Yeah, Gross. I would play Gross. Because Gross is not only going to be on penalties, but I'd imagine in the absence of João Pedro, he might play a slightly more advanced role. And his data's been good. Yeah, I would have Gross ahead of Neto just. Rio says, Jota in for Gordon -4, bench Alvarez or Garnacho. I don't think you can, unless we get a leak that Alvarez isn't starting, I don't think you can bench Alvarez, so I would probably go Garnacho. But if we obviously get the leak, or you think there are real doubts around Alvarez starting, which to be honest, there probably are, then maybe bench Alvarez. Are you not bringing in Doughty? Let me explain my plan in a bit more detail, because obviously some people would have watched the video where I spoke about this. So I've got 2.2 in the bank, right? Even with the price changes, I have enough to just go Gordon to Diogo, and I have 0.1 in the bank, right? So that's nice and simple, but then again, I have the benching headache. If I don't want the benching headache, but also want to get rid of Palmer in preparation for Game Week 26, which of course would put me in a better position for 26, I can't do Palmer to Diogo Jota for free. I could go to Diaz for free, but I just think Jota's a better asset, right? So I want to do that. I have to find 0.4. There are various places that I can find that, but I think the most obvious place is Pedro Porro down. And then I have a couple of options. I could go for Josko Gvardiol. That's my terrible Croatian. Or Ake, of course. So a Man City defender. But I think what I would probably end up doing is bringing in Alfie Doughty. Simply because the fixture this week is unbelievable. I don't think the doubling is good in 25, by the way. I mean, I might not even play him. Like, I don't think this is a great double, but it's then a really good double in 28 and a possible fixture in 29. And obviously, most of us will wildcard around 30 or 31 if we're not wildcarding in 27. So I just feel like you've got him for 24 and then a great double. And if you do want to play him in the double, which I probably would, to be honest, it's not bad to have double. They're not good fixtures, but it's not bad to have a double. So yeah, that would be the plan if I want to sell Palmer and keep Gordon. What do you think, chat? Let me know what you think. Do you prefer Gordon to Jota and then a benching headache and probably benching Watkins for free? Or do you prefer the -4 of Doughty and Jota in for Palmer and Porro, and then I obviously just bench Gordon? The other reason that I'm more leaning towards the Gordon move now is I just kind of want to keep Porro. I know he's not really... I mean, his points have been really bad, actually. I mean, really bad. He's not scored a double-digit haul ever. His highest score was 8 points. Recently, 2-5, 2-6, 1-1. He's not great, but 2 home fixtures. He does blank, I know. But then it's Palace, Villa, Fulham, Luton, West Ham, Forest. Again, he's got a guaranteed fixture against Fulham away in Game Week 29. So I kind of like the idea of keeping Porro now. Anyway, those are the possible plans for me. I'm going to have to think about it. And then I also need to think about captaincy as well, because I'm seriously tempted. All right, what are the chats saying? -4, -4, neither, just roll. Okay, I'm going to have to run a poll, I think. Aren't transfers today wholly dependent on hearing any potential flu news? I think people are slightly scarred from what happened with COVID in the Premier League. Like, when flu breaks out in different teams, you get like 1, maybe 2 players missing. I think it would be crazy to not make a move because of flu. But yes, I'll definitely wait in case we get some info around other players missing. But it wouldn't stop me from making a move. Maybe it does stop you from putting the armband on a Liverpool player, but I feel like there are points to be had, and it would be a shame to not go there just because of Klopp saying there's been flu. Jay says, already did Watkins to Darwin. Very nice. I still own Son. Son to Jota for a -4, or start Son. Or keep Son, but start Gross over him. I think I would keep and start Son. I really like the idea of holding on to Son now if you've still got him. I do. Because I'm going to bring Son in 27. The next 2 fixtures are home games. If you can carry Son through, I probably would now. It's at a point where you've kept him this long. I think I'd keep him. But obviously, I don't know if he even starts this week. It might be that he's just put on the bench because he was carrying a bit of an injury during the Asian Cup. That's a tough one. In general, I do like the idea of keeping Son, but I also think there is upside to chase with Jota. And again, Gross at the moment could be good without João Pedro in the team. So I'd keep Son if it was me, though. Bench Udogie or Porro? Definitely Udogie. Definitely Udogie. But Porro's just the better asset. He still is. I know Udogie's got a couple of returns recently, but Porro is the more attacking asset. Solanke to Darwin, Palmer to Jota, or Cash to Porro, Trent Van Dijk. Or Cash/Porro to Trent Van Dijk. God, there are loads of symbols. That's like algebra. I prefer... I'd keep Cash, Porro, Palmer. I'd go Solanke to Darwin there. Yeah, Solanke to Darwin, I think. Plans on Mohamed Salah. I think just avoid. Oh, sorry, I needed to cough there. I think based on what we know, there's a chance he's back in. So what Klopp said there's a chance he's back in parts of training next week, and then he sort of stuttered and corrected himself, and he said parts of training. So not only parts of training, but parts of training. Ross, do you have any stories of students knowing FPL Raptor? So many. Where do I begin? People normally just get their phone out and just like, what do you think of my team? That's what, when people recognize me in real life, they just go, just like shove their phone in my face and like, what do you think of my team? And it's just like, that's a nice team. I guess that means you know who I am. Like no one even says hello anymore. It's just like, here's my phone. I think it's their way of saying they know me without being awkward, rather than going like, "Oh, you Ross." It's like, "Ha, FPL," and I'm like, "Yeah, I get it." But I get recognised in Tesco Express a lot. I actually do, don't I? It's weird. Of all places, every time I go to Tesco Express, I get recognised. It's really strange. Do I bring in Jota and Darwin for Watkins and Palmer Gordon for a -4? Or do I play it safe and just do Solanke to Darwin for free? Lewis, you've just asked my girlfriend's question.
Oh, I was not listening.
Lewis has just said, do I bring in Jota and Darwin for Watkins and Palmer, but yours would be Solanke? Watkins and Gordon for a -4, or do I play it safe and just do Solanke to Darwin?
I don't know. I think I might actually be tempted to take the -4.
I would say -4, but in your case, you're selling Watkins rather than Solanke. So in your case, I would be slightly more tempted to just do the Solanke to Darwin move. If you could do Solanke and Gordon to Jota and Darwin, that I would do for a -4. But I don't like selling Watkins because I think Watkins is a really good option in 25, and you just want to hold Watkins through now. I think really good fixture in 26. I prefer, like, if you're selling Solanke or Watkins this week, I prefer selling Solanke if you can. Obviously, for some people, they can't afford it, and that's absolutely fine. But yeah, if you can afford it, I'm not sure I would be selling Watkins ahead of Solanke. I did Gordon and Lascelles to Jota and Doughty for a -4. Sounds perfect. Should I do either Solanke or Watkins to Darwin for a -8? Yeah, I'd do Solanke to Darwin for an extra -4. But like my view of these doubles is I want to attack them. I know Let's Talk FPL has a very similar opinion. Some managers approach doubles in very different ways. I am a manager that just goes absolutely bonkers for a double because I just think you're getting an extra fixture. That the upside really is there. And I think the unique situation we're with at the moment with Luton and Liverpool, and also a bit of City, is Luton and Liverpool not only have a double coming up, and obviously Luton have good future fixtures, but the fixture this week's also good. So, like, for me, I don't understand bringing in, like, Doughty next week. I don't understand, to some extent, bringing in Jota next week. You've got to attack this fixture coming, surely. Like, Burnley is the best fixture of the three for Liverpool, and Sheffield United is the best fixture that's coming up for Luton. So I am more happy than usual to take a hit to bring in a Luton or Liverpool player, given that this is the fixture you'd want to target. That's kind of the way I'm viewing it at the moment. Start Gusto or Estepinian. Gusto. Who's a better transfer to Jota, Cole Palmer or Gross? Gross, just about. But Palmer blanks. Gross has a fixture. Probably Cole Palmer, actually. If you were to ask me who's going to score more points this week, Palmer or Gross, probably Palmer. But who's the better player to lose? Probably also Palmer, because again, Gross got an okay fixture in 26. Who does Brighton play in 26? Sorry if you can hear that siren. Yeah, you can definitely hear that siren. Who is it in 26, chat? Everton. Yeah, Everton at home. I mean, it's not a great fixture. We actually know that Everton are pretty good away from home. But I still think probably worth hanging on to Pascal Gross, you know, unless your team's well set up for 26 already. If that's the case, then it's not a major issue. I don't know how I feel about benching double Villa against Man United at home. Bench Garnacho or Martinelli or Palmer? I'd bench Garnacho, honestly. Bench Saka, Alvarez, Palmer or Watkins? Dear Lord. Probably Alvarez, just because he's the only one that's at a real risk of not starting, whereas the other three aren't. Hopefully we get early team moves. If Alvarez is starting, probably Watkins, because that's what I'm doing at the moment. But I don't like it. Dude, just bear in mind, I told everyone to bench Foden last week. So before you start asking me about benching decisions, I said I'd bench Foden, and he got a 20-pointer. So I don't know everything. Hi, Ross. Loving the content and the streams of recent. Thank you very much, Callum. I have a dilemma. Would you do Solanke to Darwin or Gross and Gordon to Garnacho and Jota for a -4? Solanke to Darwin. Play Watkins or Alvarez? Alvarez if he starts. If we don't get a leak that Alvarez starts and we're a bit unsure, probably Watkins for safety of minutes. I can't get Jota unless I sell Watkins. Then I would probably just do the Solanke to Darwin move, Lewis, in my opinion. I also don't think it's the end of the world selling Watkins. I might be benching him this week, but I just think you're going to want him back in 26. Kudos to you. Did well to hide Mod Pickle from us. Did I? I think a few people guessed. Little pickle. Already got Trippier for Porro in early. Okay. Trippier for Porro, interesting. I have Gordon and João Pedro injured. Please suggest a transfer for -4. Luton strikers or Neto. You have Gordon and João Pedro injured. Yeah, João Pedro to Adebayo is a move that I would be tempted to do. Yeah. I don't mind Gordon to Neto. Yeah, Gordon to Neto could work. But I think Adebayo in for João Pedro seems nice as well. Jay says, hey, you got 2 free transfers. Use one to bring in Jota for Bowen. Very nice. Shall I use my second transfer to get in Darwin for Solanke? Yeah. I'm big on Liverpool. I really am. And it could go wrong, but anytime you're asking me, should you bring in Darwin or Jota, the answer is almost always going to be yes. I also have Porro. How best to navigate the blank? Yeah, so maybe it's useful to just talk about my team. Not to make it, oh, it's all about me. me. If I talk about my team, though, it maybe is useful to you because I'm in a bad situation for 26, but you realise it's not actually as bad as you think. So let me jump over to the wonderful Fantasy Football Hub. It's just fetching and optimising my team. So I have already not made a move, but let's say if I make the move of Gordon to Jota as planned, let me make the transfer. I would bring in Jota. Let's say it's probably for Watkins, which Hub won't like at all because they love Ollie Watkins. So that's what I would do. In 25, let me just optimize the team. I think it's already good. Yep. So in 25, I'd have triple Liverpool. I would have double City. So I'd have 5 players doubling, but my single game week players are Gabriel, Porro, Saka, Richarlison, Watkins. That's a good team. So the plan is to roll the transfer in 25, right? So Jota in for free, roll the transfer, which means going into 26. I'm not taking any hits for a while, right? And this is the team. Now, my temptation at the moment is to possibly definitely actually would be to keep Porro and Richarlison, right? Because yes, Porro and Richarlison blank, but they also play in blank game week 29. So I don't think it makes sense to sell your Spurs assets if you've carried them through to 26. And I've also got a bit of money tied up in Palmer, and I don't mind his fixture against Brentford away. So I kind of feel like at the moment, and because he's so cheap, I'm not going to get that much for him. I didn't have time to mute the mic, sorry. I think the plan at the moment is to sell triple Liverpool in 26 for a -4, not -8. Whoa, hold up. Because I've got 2 free transfers, right? So, like, I'm carrying 6... Did you see that? 6. Chat, that's 6. I'm carrying 6 blankers into game week 26, but I can bench 3 of them, and I've got 2 free transfers, so it's only a -4. Yes, there then becomes an issue if, let's say, Charlie Taylor isn't available, or let's say Pau Torres re-aggravates his injury, or there is an issue with any of my other players. Of course, if Foden's benched, I have issues, but I can field 11 players by taking a -4. So I think the plan at the moment is something like, Cunha is tempting. But I think it would be, I know Solanke's got City, but it's just getting ahead, really. Solanke in for Darwin. I would then go Bruno Fernandes in for Diogo Jota. And I think something like Pinnock in for Trent. The reason for making those moves is Bruno has a chance of playing in 29, but he's also got a really nice fixture against Fulham at home. Pinnock definitely plays in 29 against Burnley, and Solanke's obviously got that double coming up plus Burnley. So I feel like those 3, it would be something like that. So for a -4, I can field 11 in 26. It might not be those exact transfers, but you can see that even in a position like me where I've got 6 blanking players going into 26, as long as you carry 2 frees and you don't get too unlucky with other stuff, then you can probably field 11 players for a -4. And if I have to take a -8 or I have to field 10 players, it's really not the end of the world. So that's the sort of thought process at the moment behind my team. I am paralysed into inaction. Paralysis by analysis. That is something we talk about in sports psychology. Don't get me into lecturer mode, but yeah, in sports psych, there's something called paralysis by analysis, which is where you're like over-analysing things, and as a result, you don't actually do anything. I suffered with paralysis by analysis when I used to play football. My coach used to say I was too intelligent. I don't buy that, but I used to overanalyze everything, and it used to make my decision-making a little bit too slow, which is not a good thing in sport. You want to be acting on instinct. Sell Bowen or Gordon for Jota. Do you know what? I'd be tempted to sell Gordon, just because Bowen's got a better fixture in 26. And Bowen plays in... I would sell Gordon ahead of Bowen. Yeah, I would. Palmer and Trippier to Jota and the Doughty for a -8. No. I did say go in all on the doubles, but Palmer and Trippier out as part of a -8. Especially as they've got good fixtures this week. I wouldn't be doing that this week. I know what I just said about jumping on Liverpool and Luton, but not taking those two out as part of a -8, I'm not as keen. Sumac says, hi Ross, did Gordon to... By the way, if you're enjoying the stream, I just realized there's almost 5,000 people, drop a like on the stream and make sure to subscribe as well. Because no one subscribes anymore because I don't ask as much. When I was beggy, people used to subscribe, and people wonder why we YouTubers beg for subscribers, because when you beg, people do it. So there you go. Make sure to subscribe. Hi Ross, did Gordon to Foden already? Very nice. Watkins, Porro, Palmer to Darwin, Jota, Doughty from -8. Oh, Watkins, Palmer, and Porro out for a -8. Oh, I'm just counteracting what I just said about just going all in because I just don't know about that. One without the Palmer to Jota move for a -4, or Watkins to Darwin for 3. Estepinian, Watkins. You've given me loads of options. Looking at those sets of moves, I think I prefer Estepinian and Watkins to Darwin and Doughty for a -4. I quite like that, option 4. I'm just not sure about taking Watkins, Porro, and Palmer out for a -8 hit. Because all three of those could go big this week. You only need one of them to go big, and all of a sudden that hit is looking a disaster. Yeah, I'd probably opt for the Estu and Watkins combination. Viyil, sorry I probably butchered your name, says Watkins and Saka to Haaland and Jota for 3. Yeah, or Watkins, Gordon, Solanke and Estepinian to Haaland, Jota, Adebayo and Bell for a -8 and roll the transfer. I'd probably just go Watkins and Saka to Haaland and Jota, but I don't like losing Watkins and Saka. But that seems the better of the two options for me. Barry says, hi Ross, looking for a goalkeeper for Johnston, thinking of getting Pickford, playing free, hitting 29 and wildcarding after that. If you're free hitting in 29 and wildcarding after that, I'd probably go Alisson. But if you can't afford Alisson or you don't want him, I'd probably go Kaminsky. And if you don't want Kaminsky, then I would go Pickford. I don't mind Pickford, but I think there are maybe some other keepers with better fixtures. I mean, bloody hell, Pickford's got Man City away this week, so it's probably not looking great there. What is your plan, Ross? My plan at the moment is to do Gordon to Jota, and then the team will be as it looks right now. I've not decided on captaincy, so don't... If I change it back to Haaland, I have not committed. Mr. Martin, hello Mr. Martin, says, hello there, Tinkerman. Hello. Have you had a beautiful Saturday so far? I have, thank you. DRB, Gordon, Solanke out for Jota, Darwin and Miley in for a -8. Cheers from Sweden, -20 today. Bloody hell, -20. We complain when it's like -1. Okay, let me... DRB, Gordon, Solanke out for Jota, Darwin and Miley. I don't like the Miley pick. Why is Miley like really cheap? Is that what you can afford? Let me quickly check. I don't think I've once checked Miley's price. I'm assuming it's like a 4.4 or something. For 4.5, surely you can do better. Surely there is a better £4.5 million midfielder that you can select. Oh. Yeah, I'd go McAtee. McAtee's been class. He's been starting most games as well. I'd even be tempted by Hinshelwood. I'm not sure about Miley. Just data's rubbish. But if you want to go Miley, you can. And then he's got a difficult fixture in 26. I'd go McAtee. But yes, I do like those moves. I'm just less keen about the Miley pick. He's going to score now, isn't he? Whenever I have to tell someone not to go for a differential, they usually end up scoring. And I feel really, really bad. I told someone last week, definitely don't do Gabriel to Alex Moreno. And Gabriel got -1 and Moreno got 14 points. So Darwin and Jota for KDB and João Pedro. No, don't sell KDB. Unless we get a leak today that KDB doesn't start, then maybe you can sell him. But of course, that probably makes him more likely to start both in the double. But that would be the only time I'd feel comfortable selling KDB. Just don't think he can sell De Bruyne. I'd love to have De Bruyne myself. Bench one of Watkins or Palmer. I'm leaning towards Watkins at the moment, Callum. I just think that his upside is slightly lower than Palmer. I know he just got an 18-pointer, but Sheffield United are bad, and 3 of those were assists. A couple of them slightly luckier assists as well. I don't see Watkins. I'm going to regret saying this. I don't see Watkins getting more than 1 or maybe 2 returns. But if you told me Palmer got 3 or 4 returns in this game, I'd be like, yeah, kind of get that. I think Palmer's a captaincy shout, which is why I want to keep him. If I ever think someone's a good captaincy option, it doesn't make a lot of sense to keep to sell them, right? Or bench them. Hisham says Virgil in, Trippier out for a -4. See, I feel like that is something that can wait because I think Trippier this week's as good as Virgil van Dijk. Definitely not for a hit. For free, I would be tempted because you obviously get Virgil in for the double as well, but Harry says, but Gordon won't play. Go away, Harry. Such a such an annoying bastard. I hope you have a safe flight, by the way, mate. What do you think about a Game Week 26 wildcard? Don't mind it, quite like it. I prefer Game Week 27. So just in case you haven't seen, between Game Week 26 and Game Week 27, we find out the results from the FA Cup 5th round, and that will tell us exactly which teams blank in 29. So if you wildcard in 26, you have to do wildcard blind. Right? That is very, very tricky. Because if you wildcard without knowing the results, let's say, and this could genuinely happen, let's say you wildcard in 26, but you remove Chelsea and Arsenal because you expect them to blank, and you don't have any Manchester United. Let's say in the FA Cup, Chelsea lose to Leeds, and Manchester United lose to Nottingham Forest. Genuinely think to yourself, would you be surprised if you read the results and it said Leeds beat Chelsea and Forest beat United? I wouldn't, based on the way that both teams have performed this season. If that happens and you've just wildcarded without Chelsea, Arsenal, and Man United, firstly, you're going to regret it because you'd want Arsenal assets, right? The second thing is Manchester United play against Sheffield United at home in Game Week 29 if they play. And as much as you might hate Manchester United, you'd want 3. You would. So I just think wildcarding in before 27, you are either going to have to get really lucky by guessing the results correctly or just hoping that the favourites win. So I don't really like wildcarding before 27. 27 would be the first week I'd want to wildcard. But on the flip side, just to give you the counter, is that if your team's a bit of a mess in 26, wildcarding a week before will not only give you a good team for 27, 28, and maybe 29, but it can also help you sort out your team for 26. So I can kind of see the benefit of a wildcard 26, but I much prefer 27. God, loads of people are really upset and saying Gordon won't play. I am aware. I need to make a transfer. Relax, it's okay. It's okay. Hi, Ross. Hope you are well. I'm good, thank you, mate. How are you? Not that you can answer. We can answer that in the chat. But Solanke and Porro to Darwin and Doughty for a -4. Solanke and Porro to Darwin and Doughty for a -4. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't mind it. I was going to try and come up with some... I like that a lot. I do kind of... I'm starting to get more on board with keeping Porro, but maybe that's just because I don't need to sell him now. But I kind of feel like it's an absolutely fine transfer. Doughty is probably better this week. He's probably better in 28 as well. Obviously, it might even be better next week for the double. So, yeah, I don't mind that at all. Big super chat from Mr. Frosty. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you. Stuck between 2 options this week. Okay? Leaning towards option 2. One is Salah to KDB/Jota. Solanke to Darwin. That sounds perfect. Or 2, Salah to KDB, Watkins to Darwin, Gordon to Jota for a -4 benching Saka. You seem to get the Saka calls right, Frosty. You seem to captain him when he does well, and you seem to bench him when he doesn't. I kind of feel like you know Saka. Maybe being an Arsenal fan. Yeah, I like to. Go all in. I think you're like me, aren't you, with doubles? You go all in on the doubles. So, yeah. I would opt for option 2 as well. I think it really is important, by the way, as you come across this period to work out what sort of manager you are. I think it's something that content creators don't discuss enough. Yes, I can say I think that Jota will outscore this player by 4 points. I think this player is good, but FPL for me, and this is a very cliche thing to say, is all about having fun and enjoying the game. And if you enjoy the game by attacking doubles, then attack the doubles. And I don't care if you take a -8, just attack them. Because that might be how you enjoy the game. Instead, you might enjoy the game by being conservative, being patient, not taking hits. Maybe giving yourself benching headaches isn't a way you enjoy the game. Well, don't give yourself benching headaches then. Just keep archering your team or something. Like, there are definitely more optimal ways to play the game, but at the end of the day, just play the game that you want to play. So I think if you're someone that really wants to attack the doubles, attack the doubles. If you, for example, if you're Nana Raptor, she doesn't like Spurs. She tries not to own Spurs players. Don't buy Spurs players if that's the case. Like, just, I feel like you need to have some individuality in how you want to play the game. And I think that will help you. Once you decide what kind of manager you are, it helps you to make decisions. Like, I know I want to attack doubles. So I knew for a fact Jota had to come in for this week. I just had to bring him in because I want him for it. I think that will help you a lot. K. What wonderful name, just K. Adebayo and KDB and Doughty and 3 extra fixtures. Okay. Versus Darwin, Jota, Porro. The thing is, I understand what you're saying, but you can just get Adebayo and Doughty for 28 or anyway. So I prefer the Darwin Jota move because you can still get Doughty and Adebayo. So yeah, I would still go Darwin and Jota there, but just be willing to maybe take an extra hit around 28 if you need to bring those 2 in still. Andrew says, hey Raptor, just an appreciation post for your dedication to the FPL community. Keep up the good work, my guy. You've given me a lot of good advice. Sorry, I read that like I was shocked. That was just a very nice message. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. That's very, very sweet. And thank you for the super chat. Joachim. Yeah. Good morning, Ross. Sorry for butchering your name. Gross to Jota or Solanke to Darwin and Gross to Luis Diaz. Can't afford Jota. Yeah, chat, what do we think about Luis Diaz? There seem to be a lot of people... I don't mind it at all, by the way. His data's... We'll look at his data in a second. It's a little bit better this season. It is a little bit better. I just don't know how secure his minutes are. I feel like he could play Gakpo on the right, Jota through the middle, Darwin on the left. Could even play Harvey Elliott on the right. I think Elliott's fit, isn't he? So yeah, I don't mind Diaz, but I do prefer Jota. I think I would still do Gross to Jota and Solanke to Darwin. I think I prefer that one. Oh, wait, I've just seen. I'm confused. Oh, I see what you mean. That's more difficult. I'd maybe go for the Luis Diaz move then. I like the idea of doing Solanke to Darwin. So maybe I would do the Luis Diaz combination. Doesn't look like that many people are into Luis Diaz. Fair enough. It'll be a big differential. It would be classic FPL if Darwin and Jota blank and Diaz goes hat. Sorry, chat. Just silently dying over here. I always panic I haven't muted the mic when I do that sort of thing. Right. Let's get the chat back. This starting Gordon is triggering me going to watch Oscar instead. Bye. Maybe I'll just keep Gordon. Bingo, every single transfer has now been covered. That's good. Oh my god. Just about to tuck into a couple of hot buttered crumpets. That sounds nice, actually. Oh, you're selling Gordon. I actually thought you were starting him. No, Harry. I told you in the chat what I'm doing. God, Harry doesn't listen to me. Yeah, I know. My girlfriend just called you a silly sausage. You are a silly sausage. I'm priced out of Solanke to Darwin. Should I do Watkins to Darwin instead? Already took a -4 for Gordon and Lascelles to Jota and Doughty. Thanks. Yeah, I don't mind Watkins to Darwin. I don't. I would do it. Bench 1, Gabriel, Huang, Kudus, Cash, Watkins. Cash. Watkins to Darwin or Palmer to Jota? That's such a tough question. Watkins to Darwin. Should I do Concert to Doughty, Solanke to Darwin, and Gordon to Foden for a -4? -8. For a minus... Yeah, still. I mean, Conce is injured. Solanke's better from 27. And Gordon's injured. That feels like a -8, which isn't going to massively backfire for you, I wouldn't imagine. Ahmad says, play Archer alongside Watkins and Haaland, or take a -4 to bring in Darwin as my third striker. Benches Gordon, Lascelles, and Taylor. I'd bring in Darwin. Archer's probably not going to start, and even if he does, he's not been great anyway. But yeah, I would bring in Darwin. Hey Ross, hope you're well. Solanke / Estu to Darwin Virgil for a -4, or go to Solanke Gordon Estu to Darwin Jota Branthwaite for a -8. I think I prefer Solanke and Estepinian to Darwin and Virgil for a -4, Dean. Can't do Jota in option 1 because KDB makes me poor, but option 2 equals headache. Yeah, I'd go option 1. I do really think Virgil van Dijk is a great option. If you can't afford or don't want Jota and Darwin, I really don't mind VVD. I also still don't mind Trent, given the fact that Connor Bradley's obviously still on compassionate leave, and given the fact that Trent's minutes are now getting built up. I wouldn't be surprised to see Trent do very well over the next few, but I think I would still go safe with Van Dijk. Nicholas says Porro and Estepinian to Trent or Gross to Jota. Oh, I see. And bench Watkins. I'd go Estepinian to Trent in that case. I kind of like the idea of holding on to Pascal Gross. I feel like Pascal Gross is still a really good option, at least until 27-28. Ross, what's your opinion on setting up a bench boost 25, then free hit on 26 blank, leaving me with wildcard and triple captain later? Yeah, I don't mind that at all. As long as you're not having to use too many transfers to get the bench boost in a position to use. Quite like it. Good morning, Ross, says Paul. I've just done... I've probably just ruined my FPL. Hopefully not. I've done a -12. Big. Porro to Doughty. Fine. Saliba to Trent. Okay. Van Heck to Pau Torres. Palmer to Jota. Thoughts? Long term, those are great transfers that will pay back. Whether they pay back this week's probably unlikely given it's a -12, but I don't think you've ruined your FPL. Pau Torres great, Doughty great, Trent really good for coming up, so is Jota. Absolutely fine. Will Hwang start today? My initial inclination is to say no, but I that's a guess. That's a complete guess. I think Gary O'Neill's quote was something along the lines of, Hwang is a great option whether he starts or is from the bench. And I don't know, it just puts these doubts in my mind that, similarly to Son, I think Hwang had some strapping throughout Asian Cup. I think he was struggling a little bit. And obviously he didn't play all the minutes available for South Korea. So I kind of feel like it maybe makes sense to just give Hwang a little bit of a rest this week and not playing for the full 90. So I would maybe hedge on the side of just saying he's probably on the bench. But I could be completely wrong on that. Maybe Gary O'Neill was just saying that to keep them on their toes. You never know. Again, guys, if you are enjoying today's stream, please smash that like button and make sure to subscribe as well. Completely free. It helps out this little egg, though. Watkins to Darwin, Palmer. Sorry, Watkins to Darwin. Or Palmer. People use the weirdest symbols to be what they mean. I see, you know, like this symbol here. It's like greater than or less than, but people obviously use it for this person to this person. It throws me off. Watkins to Darwin, Palmer or Gordon to Jota, or Porro to Doughty for a -8. Oh, all of those. Okay, so you're selling Watkins for Darwin, you're selling Palmer or Gordon for Jota, and Porro for Yeah, I like that. I would, I'd opt on selling Gordon. I think that's where I've lent myself. It does make your team worse for 26, but I just think Palmer could do well this week. Nikhil says, hey Ross, bench 1, Saka, Richarlison, Foden, Palmer, Jota, Solanke, Tony, Haaland. Solanke, probably. Yeah. Probably is Solanke. Don't think you can bench any of the others. Maybe Saka. Maybe even Foden. Listen, I think if Foden didn't get 20 points last week, I think we're all benching Foden this week with our head benching headaches because he's a slight minutes risk. Everton are much better defensively away from home. And Foden's returns haven't been that crazy, have they? Before that 20-pointer. Did get the 12, but like nothing before that, really. The odd like 5, 8, 6. And the thing is, his XG in that game was 0.68. He's got 3 goals. I've just got this sneaky suspicion that Foden might be the one to bench, but yeah. And it is difficult off the back of a hat trick. Hi Ross, is Jota a must for Game Week 25? No, definitely not. I only have one free transfer in Game Week 25 and already have Darwin, Richarlison, Palmer to manage in Game Week 26. Thanks. Darwin, Richarlison, Palmer. Okay, that's only 3 though. I think I would still go for him then. I guess... Yeah, no, because then you could just use the one free transfer to remove Darwin or Jota and then you'd still be fine. Assuming you've got no other issues in your team, I still think you're fine to bring him in. But to answer your question, no one's a must. I don't think Jota's a must. I don't think Darwin's a must. I don't think maybe Haaland is, but even the way that we've seen him play in the last two, maybe he's not a must. Connell says 1 free transfer, Gordon to Jota or just roll. I mean, you're in the same position as me, and I'm going to do Gordon to Jota, so that should answer your question, I think. Porro to Doughty. Everyone keeps spelling Doughty like Doherty, and it confuses me. I assume you mean Doughty. Porro to Doughty or City. If City, which one? Walker's the one. If you want to go for a City, I think it's Walker. Outside of Walker, I think Gvardiol was the second best, believe it or not, and he's the cheapest. So maybe Gvardiol, but I would probably still go Doughty. Just because he's got a better fixture this week and you know he's going to start every game. I have learned to do the opposite of what Ross says, so Foden is starting for me. Facts. Captaincy. Yeah, we can do a captaincy poll. I think everyone's captaining the same person, but we can have a look. Captaincy poll. I still don't know who I'm captaining. I feel like I'm going to accidentally leave it on Darwin. Wouldn't be the end of the world. Haaland against Everton. Darwin against Burnley. I'm just going to put Darwin, Haaland, and Jota because I think they're the main three. Obviously, I know some people will go like Palmer and stuff, which is fine, but... Ross, who is cuter, Harry or Oscar? If we're going for cuteness, I think it's got to be Oscar, you know? Got to be Oscar. Sorry, Harry. Right. Captaincy poll in the chat. Haaland, Darwin, Jota, and then other if you're going elsewhere. Joe Gomez is being ill with the flu, the rumours are, so I wouldn't be going near Gomez, Claudette. Or if you've got Gomez, maybe move him on. Especially because Robertson and Simicast are back now. Are you asleep or are you just... Okay. Hi, mate. Solanke/Saka to Darwin/Jota -4. Okay. Or Solanke, Gordon, Porro to Darwin, Jota, Doughty -8. I prefer the -8, actually, Pumpkinhead. What's his name? Pumpkinhead. You dangling your Darwin captaincy to retain viewers is pretty smart. I know. Viewer retention 101. Have you bench boosted? No, I can actually bench boost in 25 if I sell Taylor. I'll show you in a second. Watkins to Darwin and Gordon to Jota. Watkins back 26. Watkins to Darwin and Gordon to Jota. Watkins back 26. Yeah, I don't mind that, Lewis. Yeah, I don't mind that. I guess you just have to know you're bringing Watkins straight back in because he's probably the best option up front in 26. He could even be the best captaincy option. Ross, do you plan a free hit in 29? No, my chip strategy as things stand is triple captain 25, wildcard 30 or 31, and then bench boost and free hit in 34 and 37. I don't know which way around it will be. It will depend on the fixtures. So no, I don't plan on wildcarding or free hitting before 31. Or maybe 30. I just don't think I need it. I've already got Watkins, Pau Torres, Richarlison, Porro. Let's say I hold on to those four. And I've got Taylor. And I've got Areola. So already confirmed I've got 6 players for 29. And I've got all the weeks to come. If I bring in Luton and they play, great, I've got another 2. If I bring in Tony, I've got another. Like, I reckon I can get to 10 players relatively easy for 29. So I just don't think I need a free hit in 29. But if you don't have 2 Spurs, if you don't have Pau Torres, if you've maybe got Turner instead of Areola, then yes, you may be in a position where you're like, I probably do need the free hit. New F1 season is starting today. Are you excited? Extremely excited. Extremely excited. Especially with all of the stuff going on at the moment. Seems absolutely manic. There's new stories every single day. Hey Ross, Trips and Gordon out for Jota and Pau Torres. Trippier out. Well, Gordon out makes sense. Trippier. Or just Darwin in for Watkins for free or roll. I don't think roll. If you've not got Jota or Darwin, I wouldn't be rolling there, Mickey. Maybe just Darwin in for free. Maybe Darwin in for free, I think. Mark says, hi Ross. Hello, Mark. My midfield is Saka, KDB, Foden, Gross, Palmer. Okay. I don't have an easy sell to get to Jota. Should I just ignore? Saka, KDB, Foden, Gross, Palmer. Yeah, I would. I have no Liverpool. Could do Watkins to Darwin, but I'm also unsure about that move. I prefer Watkins to Darwin, I think. But that's kind of biased from my perspective, just because I think I'll probably end up benching Watkins this week. So it's like, everyone come down with me. If I'm going to be burnt, so are you. But I think I prefer the Watkins to Darwin move. Can we do a wheel spin between KFC and McDonald's for best fast food chain? I like that, Andrew. We could do that after the deadline, because I feel like, oh, my camera's gone. I feel like I'll lose a lot of viewers if I do that during. Zodiac says, hey, Raptor. Hello, Mr. Zodiac. I've got 2 free transfers and 1.3 in the bank. Got Porro, Gusto, Palmer, Richarlison. Who to sell and buy? Don't want Liverpool defence or midfield. What to do? I mean, Gusto's good for this week, but creates issues for you. So maybe Gusto's the first place I would look. Gusto to Doughty. But I mean, it still creates an issue for 26 then, doesn't it? Gusto to Gvardiol or Ake could sort you out. I don't know what the rest of your team looks like, but yeah, I guess if you need to start thinking about 26, maybe that's where I would start looking. Trent or Van Dijk? I think Van Dijk. Is it going to work, or does it need more time? No, it needs more time. Okay. Very nice. Bench Watkins or Garnacho? I'd bench Garnacho and start Watkins in that situation. Already got 3 City. Oh, that's difficult then. Maybe just, I don't know. I wouldn't be, maybe Gusto to Doughty then. Man United in for a drubbing. I hope not. I hope not, for multiple reasons. It's year 2656 and Raptor still has the same old laggy camera. You love it, really. Don't pretend you don't love it. It's part of the charm. Morning, Mr. Egg. Who to bench out of Palmer, Saka, Cunha? Oof, that's a tough one. Don't know if I bench Cunha the way he's playing. Maybe Saka? Ugh, don't know about that. Adebayo captain. The camera effect is a feature. There we go. Akil says, bench Palmer or Adebayo? Oh, my Lord. Probably Adebayo. I just don't think you can bench Palmer. Like, I'm changing my entire plan because I think he could do that well. Captain Darwin or Jota? I have a feeling about Jota this week. It's a gut feeling. If you were to ask me who's the better asset, and I spoke about this all week, I do think Darwin is the better asset. But this week, I've just got a feeling about Jota. I've just got a feeling. There's a gut feeling. Does that mean I should captain Jota then? If I'm telling you that, I don't know, but I always feel uneasy bringing in a player and captain them because I'm like, my transfer and captaincy could go wrong in one single move. I think, by the way, I think Darwin and Jota are both fine. I think they'll both start, assuming they don't have the flu, and I think they'll both do well. Otherwise, I wouldn't have them. Ian says, hey, Ross the boss. Hello, Ian. I have done Solanke and Gordon to Darwin and Jota -4. Okay, very nice. Thoughts on Estepinian or Porro to Van Dijk to make it a -8? I don't think you need to do that. Nah, I'd leave it there, Ian. If you're going to, Estepinian's probably the one. Although, again, Estepinian has a fixture against Everton in 26. So it depends how the rest of your team looks. Are you creating more issues for yourself in 26? If you are, then maybe you do the Porro to Van Dijk move. I mean, you all need to basically work out what suits your team. As much as I can give advice, and I want to, by the way, I enjoy it. You know your team better than me. You know your chip strategy better than me. You know what your team looks like for future weeks better than me. And if you don't, start planning ahead a little bit. You need to. Porro to Van Dijk, Gordon to Diogo, Konsa to Moreno, Son to Bruno -8. I love all of that apart from Moreno. I think Moreno will be dropped. There you go. I said it. There's my bold prediction, is that when Luka Dean's fit, he comes back into the starting 11. I just think they looked better with Luka Dean. I think Moreno is the more attacking fullback, but I don't think Emery cares. I don't think he wants that. I think he wants solidity. And I think when Pau Torres and Luka Dean were in the team, they were just so much more solid. So I'm a little bit uneasy about Moreno as a pick. I'd go Pau Torres. I'd go my boy. Is it worth a -4 this week and next? I like... Who said this? Oh, I forgot who said it. I think it might have been James from Planet FPL. I've listened to a lot of FPL podcasts and videos this week. Someone said, viewing it as a -4 for each blank or double is like acceptable. Like if you take one -4 every time there's a blank or double, that's pretty decent. And I kind of agree with that. Like, so if you're taking it roughly a -4, maybe even a -8 for double game at 25, great. If you have to take a -4 for blank 26, fine. If you have to take a -4 for double 28, fine. 29, again, if you have to, like, it kind of feels worth it because you're getting extra fixtures. In a double, you're getting extra fixtures because teams play twice. And in a blank, you're probably getting extra fixtures because you're removing a player that blanks. So I really don't mind -4s in and around blanks and doubles as much. So yeah, to answer your question, Rage Cage, I would say yes. I absolutely think a -4 is fine. And if you have to stretch to a -8, I would do it. Law says, Ross, would you bench Saka or Tony? Saka, I think. I think Tony could do well this week. Would you be willing to sell Saliba for Doughty if it unlocked Solanke Gordon to Darwin Jota -8? Yes. Yeah, I probably would, yeah. It's kind of similar to what I was thinking about maybe selling Porro, I guess. Bench one of Saka, Foden, Adebayo, Watkins. Bloody hell. Probably Watkins. Bro. Hello, bro. Play Son or Watkins. I'd go Watkins just because I don't know how many minutes Son can get. But in a normal situation, Son's definitely coming out on top there. But I just... Slight doubt. Why is Wildcard 27 so much more popular than Game Week 28? I can give you a couple of reasons for that. Most of the teams that you would want in 28 have a good fixture in 27. So I'll use the example of Solanke's got Burnley. Can't remember, actually. Maybe Luton have Villa, don't they, actually? So maybe not. But then obviously Villa play Luton. Wait, let me double check. I think I lied there, didn't I? I'm trying to remember all the fixtures off the top of my head. I've done so much planning this week. Whoa. Is that my internet or is that the FPL site? Because those are not Watkins fixtures. Unless he's got a big blank coming. Hello? There we go. Oh, it is Luton. God, I'm so clever. So Aston, you'd want probably triple Villa on a wild card. They play Luton. You would probably want Solanke and maybe Neto. They play Burnley. And on top of that, you may probably want to bench boost in 28. If you're wild carding in 27, I would definitely bench boost in 28. So I think those would probably be the main reasons Wildcard 27 is more popular than Game Week 28. Hey, baby girl. Hey, baby girl. Play Powell or Gabriel at centre-back. Gabriel. Fuel your grind. Hi, Ross. Hello. 1 free transfer and 0.9 in the bank. Nice. Have Trent from Liverpool. May sell Solanke, Gordon, Saliba or Soucek. May go Darwin in one move or punt on Hwang. What are your thoughts? I'd go Darwin, yeah. Solanke to Darwin. Let's all be in the Darwin pain together. I've been in Darwin pain alone since Game Week 8, and it's not fun. I want some friends. Be Darwin friends with me. Morning, Ross. Start one of Gabriel, Senesi, or Estepinian. Gabriel. Hey, I just always back the Arsenal defence, and Gabriel's got a bit of attacking threat. Will says, hey, Ross, Konsa to Doughty for a -8. Already grabbed Darwin, Jota, and Cunha for a -4. Have Trent, Gabriel, Porro, Taylor as my defenders. No, then. I wouldn't. Actually, would I? No, I just think start Trent, Gabriel, and Porro this week and then assess what you want to do next week. Don't think you need the extra -4 this week. Personally. Hey, Ross, start Pau Torres or Estepinian? Estepinian. I think you could have a little bit of joy if he starts. Adebayo captain is the only option. Nice. Oh, by the way, on the captaincy poll, I've already had almost 3,000 votes. Make sure you vote on the captaincy poll in the chat. Haaland's currently at 66%. Darwin at 12%. Jota at 17%. And other at 5%. So it looks like Haaland will be captained by about 2/3 of managers. Jota is the second most popular captain. Then Darwin. And then there seem to be a few other people on things like Palmer, Foden, De Bruyne, Richarlison, etc. Just other moves. Maybe even a Trent. Trent captain, has anyone considered? Could be cheeky. I don't like captaining defenders myself, but... Mahir says, Solanke, Bowen and Alvarez to Haaland, Jota and Adebayo / Morris for a -4. Who to pick between the Luton strikers? Yeah, that looks like a nice set of transfers. I think if you're going to go for anyone, it has to be Adebayo at the moment. Morris is on penalties. And his data is similar, but slightly worse than Adebayo. But the key thing for me is that his minutes aren't as secure. Morris actually dropped out the starting 11 for a little bit. So I think I still prefer Adebayo. Mika says, what do you think of Porro to Gvardiol/Walker for a -4 in double game week instead of the Luton defenders? Man City play double and don't blank. Love the videos. I agree. My issue with Man City is they basically play every 3 days now for the next month. They've got Copenhagen in the UCL. Yes, Man City don't blank in 26, and yes, they have a double. But you would be quite surprised if your Man City defender plays all 3 of those. Or not surprised, but you've got to get a little bit lucky. And if they miss game week 26, you're screwed. And even if they miss 25, it's not ideal only having him for maybe just Chelsea at home or something like that. I've gone off City defender slightly. But yes, I don't mind them. And if I were to, I like Gvardiol, actually. I think he's worth the saving over Walker, you know? I've just got a really good feeling that Gvardiol's going to score, which is why I was always keen on him. But I just think for my team, I don't need to do that now. But yeah, again, call it a gut feeling. I've got a lot of gut feelings at the moment. He's probably going to get like a -3 now, get sent off. Start Garnacho or Hwang? Oh, that's tough. I'd start Garnacho just because I don't know that Hwang will start. And I'd be very annoyed if Garnacho doesn't start. Again, he might not, by the way, but it would be a joke if he doesn't start. If he keeps starting bloody Anthony. On Wildcard, Wolves defender or Charlie Taylor? Ooh, good question. I'd still go Wolves defender. I'd go like Aiton Yuri or someone like that. Although Kilman and Dawson are probably a bit safer, aren't they? Ryan says, thanks for all the content. Ross, you're welcome, mate. Any chance for big FPL meetup further north at any point? I'm 230 miles above you and public transport sucks. Where are you then? I mean, you must be in Scotland, right? 230 miles above me. What's 230 miles above Nottingham? If you are in Scotland, there are some Scottish meetups sometimes. If you're more in like, I don't know, Liverpool, Manchester way, and you think I live in like London, there's not a Liverpool meetup actually, but there's something called Manchester Meets. They do meets every few months. I will probably do another one in Nottingham at some point though, but I probably won't set up one anywhere else. Just because the only reason I did it in Nottingham is there aren't any and I live there. Like I don't really want to start regularly creating events. It's not really for me. But there will be another one in Nottingham. Probably in like May, I might do one. End of the season. Maybe like game week, I don't know, like game week 35 or game week 36. Might be nice. Could even do one for double game week 37. That would be massive. Maybe I'll look into that for you. Not that you asked for that, but I'll look into that. Kay says bench Share or Gabrielle. Bench Share or Gabrielle? I'd bench Gabrielle actually. And torn between Darwin and Jota captain. Sorry, between Darwin and Jota for captain. Heart saying Jota, head says Darwin. I kind of feel the same. My head is telling me that Darwin is probably the one, but I've got this like weird, maybe not heart, but my gut feeling is saying Jota. I think I'll probably be boring and default to Haaland. I will warn you now that the armband's probably going back on Haaland. I spoke about a little bit in my deadline decisions video. I think we've got a bit of decision fatigue. Let me know what you think, chat. Decision fatigue is basically when you get fatigued because you're having to make so many decisions. I feel like at the moment we're thinking about 24, 25, 26. Like we've got all of these different things on our mind. Like captaincy just feel like it's just like I can't be bothered to make yet another decision. Let me just default to Haaland. It's almost like burnout with FPL. Like there's only so many things you can think about in a given week. And if you have to make transfers, plan ahead, think about blanks, doubles, chip strategy, benching headaches, like, do you want to think about captaincy on top of that? No. So sometimes it's just, sorry, I got something in my eye. Sometimes it's just like the easier thing to do is just to default to the safer captaincy choice. Just make the transfer already. Definitely not. Definitely not. Absolutely not. We could get early City team news, which I'm not saying this is the case. I am almost 100% sure this isn't the case. But let's say we get a leak that Haaland aggravated his injury and he's not in the squad. That changes everything. Let's say we get a leak that Foden's not starting. Changes everything. Let's say we get a leak that Darwin and Jota are out with the flu. That changes everything. I'm going to wait until the last minute to make my transfer today. It's not to create suspense or anything. It's genuinely, this is a game week where if you've not already made your transfer, we could get some big information in the next hour. There's no need to make the transfer yet. And if for some reason the site lags and I don't get the transfer made, well, fine, I've got Watkins. I don't need to, and then I'd have 2 free transfers next week. Is your gut feeling ever correct? No. Of course it is. My gut feeling's great. What are you laughing at? Outrageous. Where was I? Hi Ross. Start Dan Burn or Estepinian. I'd go BDB. Big Dan Burn. Thoughts on Kabore? Sell or hold? Love the stream. I love you, Charlie. Thank you. Kabore. What's his minutes been like recently? I do apologise. I'm not massively up to date. If there are any Luton fans in the chat, what do we think about Kabore's chances of minutes over the upcoming period? He's weird because he's always so attacking, but I suppose he's not the... Oh, he's been at AFCON, hasn't he? He's gone through spells at points where he starts a few, but he's never started more than 3 games in a row. I kind of feel like you could keep him, but maybe don't expect that much. Sorry, I forgot he'd been at AFCON. I'd keep him. Is he going to start this week? Maybe. Maybe not. Why don't you trust Solanke? Oh, I don't think it's a matter of not trusting Solanke. I think it's more so if you want to bring in Darwin, you've got to sell someone, and selling Watkins and Haaland isn't probably going to happen. I mean, Watkins isn't a bad player to sell, but if you've got the funds, maybe selling Solanke feels a bit easier. I just think Solanke's next 3 fixtures aren't great. Is it Fulham, Newcastle, City? Not ideal, but then after that, he's got Burnley and then Sheffield United and Luton. Right? He's got the 3 best games in a league in a row. Although Newcastle is, to be fair, Newcastle is probably the best fixture in the league at the moment. They are comfortably the worst defence in the league. But I just don't think that will continue. I can't see that continuing. Guardiola, Gabriel, VVD and Gusto, who to bench? Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a very tough one. Honestly, Guardiola, unless we get a leak that he starts, because I think he's the most likely to not be starting of the 3. I think Gabriel plays for the best defence in the league. Van Dijk's got Burnley at home, and Gusto has attacking threat and is playing against the Crystal Palace side without Eze and Elise. Morning, I'm somehow still in the cup. Any advice? Just bin off the cup. Unless the cup means a lot to you, just keep... If you get the most points every week, you'll progress in the cup, but I wouldn't start making decisions based on the cup. I would still make decisions based on getting the most points each week. And obviously, if you do well in the cup, then that's fantastic. KDB and Gordon to Jota and Foden for a -4. No. Unless we get a leak again that KDB doesn't start and Foden does start, then maybe. But otherwise, I just don't think you can sell KDB at the moment. Like, I'm very jealous of KDB owners, but I do think this is a game where we could see him on the bench. Hopefully we get an early leak for you about KDB. Doughty in for Zinchenko, Porro or Estepinian? Oof, good question. Estepinian. The best fixture in 26 of the bunch, by the way, but there's just doubts around him. Maybe Zinchenko? I wouldn't be... Porro makes the most sense if you're in a... Right, let me answer that. Porro, if you are in trouble for 26, i.e. you've already got 4, 5, 6 blanking players. Otherwise, I would go Estepinian, Zinchenko. Hi, Ross. Gordon to Jota and Porro to Ake. What is your view? Yeah, looks nice. I would only do the Porro to Ake move if you can't afford Gordon to Jota for free. So assuming that move in Anther is to get you to Jota, fine. Otherwise, I would just do the Gordon to Jota move. Darwin for Obama. That seems easy. Or KDB for Gordon. Oof. I'd go Darwin for Obama. I did a bit of a stutter there. -8. Solanke to Darwin. Is it worth it? So you're saying, is it worth another -4 to do Solanke to Darwin? Yes. God, Solanke's going to score and Darwin's going to blank. I can feel it already. Yeah, it's going to happen. I hope you realise that.
Why if I just get Jota and not Darwin?
Darwin, Nunes. No, you need to get Darwin so we can sing Darwin, Nunes together. Mrs. Rapture is going to buy Darwin for the first time ever.
Yeah, ever.
For the first time ever today, probably. Do you know what? I'm gonna move it because I'm pretty sure it wasn't for bait. By the way, it was just I just wanted to try it on for size. But I think Captain Haaland's more likely. What are your plans, Ross? My plan at the moment... So I've got 1 free transfer and 2.2 in the bank. My plan is to do Gordon to Jota, and then the team will be as it stands right now. Where's Pickle's team? She tweeted it out. I can show you. It is... Oh, I'll just bring it up on the screen, actually. It makes it easier, doesn't it?
Oh, I was gonna show you a screenshot, but you can't use different apps. You can't show different apps? Can you?
No, because it's green. It's weird. This is FPL Pickle's team, i.e. my girlfriend. She's going to do, I think the plan is at the moment, Solanke and Gordon to Darwin and Jota.
Yeah.
And then probably bench Watkins like me, or she might end up benching someone else.
No, I probably will. I'll probably do the plan being a 3-5-2.
Yeah, so our plan at the moment is Solanke and Gordon to Darwin and Jota, bench Watkins, probably captain Haaland as well. Our teams will look similar for the first time in a long time, actually. Because our teams have looked very different all season, but we're going to have... Her team is basically Saliba versus Trent. That'll be our teams.
Trent's winning.
on paper, Trent should win, but you never
I'm
know.
not taking a -8 though. It was a bit too far, I think.
Yeah.
Too far for me.
Missed super chat. I answered your super chat, Sam. I'm pretty sure I did. What was your super chat? Your super chat was -8 Solanke to Darwin. You answered that. Bring in Doughty and bench Gabriel or start Gabriel. Bring in Doughty and bench Gabriel or start Gabriel. I'd just start Gabriel. Connor says, Concert to Doughty and Porro to Virgil van Dijk, but only one free transfer. Which one would you take a hit or would you take a hit and do both? Ooh, I would do Concert to Doughty, I think, and I would leave the Porro to Van Dijk move. I love Van Dijk, and Van Dijk could comfortably score a header, by the way. This Burnley team aren't great from set pieces. Did I make that up? Can you see how many... Do you want to see how many goals teams have conceded from set pieces? I'm just getting my girlfriend to do research for me whilst I'm streaming. I've got a feeling that this Burnley team... I'm sure I saw that somewhere, but I might have made that up. Anyway, I like Van Dijk, but is he 4 points better than Porro this week? I'm not sure. I can look at attempts conceded from set pieces, actually. I think. I can't remember what stats they've got available. Let's have a look. Hub, I'm sure you brought me that information once. Hub have some good, if we go teams, and then if we go on custom, oh, I can't do custom for teams. What defensive stats do they have? So, set pieces, corners. That's how many set pieces they've had, though, isn't it? Defending. Oh, my throat's gurgling. That is how many... okay, I can get how many attempts they've conceded from set pieces. Does that say City have conceded 4 attempts from set pieces? Dear Lord. Yeah, Burnley have conceded the second highest number of attempts from set pieces. The thing is, that could be free kicks as well as corners and headers, but yeah. Anyway, I think the point was probably true then that I had, where Burnley aren't great from set pieces. Neither are Luton. Any information about the flu? I haven't seen any updates, sadly, yet, no. Sadly not. What's that?
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the only update we've had is that Gomez missed training on Thursday, and we think Gomez probably had the flu as a result. There were pictures of both Darwin and Jota in training on Thursday, but obviously they could have caught the flu yesterday evening and be out for today. Anyone could have woke up this morning feeling ill. So unless we get an update this morning, I don't think we can say with complete certainty that any Liverpool players are fine. But I also don't think it's worth not going for Liverpool players as a result. I think it's worth the risk. Because again, I know we had COVID where if a player got it, they wouldn't play. I still think if Darwin feels slightly under the weather, he'll still play. Because again, players do play through illness all the time. I just think we're so used to what happened with COVID, and I think that's the reason for a lot of people feeling a little bit more wary. Thoughts on benching Palmer or Watkins? Best City defender. I prefer benching Watkins. That's why I'm doing it myself. Best City defender is probably Walker. If not Walker, it'll be one of Akel Gvardiol. I think I prefer Gvardiol. -8, Pedro to Doughty, Bowen to Jota, Solanke to Darwin. Perfect. Or -4, Porro to Doughty, or one of Darwin or Jota. What are your thoughts? If so, Jota or Darwin or both? Just both, probably. But if you are going to do one, I prefer Darwin. in your situation, because I quite like the idea of Bowen for 26. So yeah, I would probably, and obviously Bowen plays in 29. I would probably, if you're only going to do one, do Darwin, but I think I would do all of them. I just go for it. Attack the doubles. That's the motto of the stream. And if it doesn't go well, it doesn't go well. Just thought, if I was going to get Van Dijk for the double anyways, then does it make it worth the hit for the Burnley fixture? I have this opinion of the attackers, right? If you're going to get Darwin and Jota anyway, get them for Burnley at home because they could go massive. With Van Dijk, whilst again, a bullet header against Burnley wouldn't surprise me because I don't think Burnley are good from set pieces. Realistically, with Van Dijk, you're looking at a 6-pointer. So I don't think the -4 for Van Dijk makes as much sense as it does for a Darwin and Jota. Hopefully that makes sense. Unless you think Van Dijk's going to score. You might want to look at Watkins' scoring record versus the top 6 before you drop him. I actually had a look at Actually, I didn't. My girlfriend had a look at Watkins' scoring record against Manchester United before the stream. I think he scored 1 in 9. 9 games against United, 1 goal. He had 0 XG against United in the reverse fixture. He had 0 shots, Watkins. Let's just get that narrative going that Watkins is terrible even before he scores his brace against United. Start Hwang or Walker? I'd probably go Walker. Trent and Palmer or Jota and Porro this week and in the future. This week, Trent and Palmer. In the future, Jota and Porro. So the opposite. Tim says Richarlison, Maddison, Watkins, Gordon, Gomez. 5 players going out. Wow, okay. Out for Darwin, Jota, Van Dijk, KDB and Barkley for a -16. Or Watkins, Gordon, Gomez for Darwin, Jota, Van Dijk, -8. Frustratingly, I prefer the -8. I do like saying go big, Tim, but I feel like it might be overkill removing Richarlison and Maddison. I don't feel like you need to remove them this week or even next week. In 26, you can remove one of them. I would opt on the side of the -8. Tanishk says Harry took a -8, or was that you? Sounds more like Harry. Harry was looking at Kaminsky and Doughty. I don't get it, personally.
Especially Kaminsky. I'm sorry.
Unless they keep a clean sheet this week, in which case he's laughing because he gets a double clean sheet. And they could against Sheffield United. He needs the clean sheet this week. If they don't clean this week, I think he's looking at Doughty and Kaminsky for that rubbish double and then the blank and maybe thinking less was worth a -8. But by the way, if you're one of the 5,200 people watching that is not yet subscribed, please do consider subscribing to the channel. I really would appreciate it. Hit that little subscribe button, and whilst you're there, hit the like button. We're almost at 1,000 likes on the stream as well. So please do consider liking. Luton can wait until 28 for me. That's kind of my perspective. Chat, would it be very useful? Would it be slightly useful for you if I quickly run through my transfers for the next few weeks, or do you not care? Just say yes or no in the chat. Would you like me to run through my transfers for upcoming game weeks? Would that be useful? If it would, I can. If people would rather not, then I won't. I unsubscribed and then subscribed. Thank you, Yelena. I appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying your holiday. Yes. Yeah. Okay, yes. Yeah, okay. Overwhelming yes. Cool. Let's do it. I have been thinking about this a little bit, but not crazy amounts. But I need to go into this, don't I? Right. So hello. That's not my team. Let me refresh. Okay, I'll do all that. Right. So the plan this week. Wait, is it gonna have? Okay, no, it's not. That's fine. So the plan this week is Jota in for Gordon. FPL Focal says Robertson starts. Interesting. I'll message him, see if he's got anything else. Any more? Interesting. Robertson starts was kind of obvious. I'm not criticizing Oscar, by the way. That was kind of obvious because Gomez wasn't available and Simicast has just come back. So, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Right, let's get back to it. So, Jota in for Gordon this week. Next week, the plan's to roll, because this is my team. Beautiful, lovely looking team. 5 doublers. I could bring in a Luton player. I could bring in a City player. But I don't think I need to, right? Game week rating 85%. Outrageous. I think my team looks good. So, going through to game week 26, I then have 6 players blanking, right? We just spoke about this briefly. But the plan is going to be, I think, to keep Palmer, Porro, and Richarlison and sell my triple Liverpool for a -4. So let me just show you what that would look like. Again, I think the plan at the moment, roughly speaking, is Pinnock. I know you don't like him, but Bruno. And then I think Solanke. And I know he's got Man City, but I just think those transfers make sense. That would give me 11 players, all well, for a -4. Right? It also gives me 4.3 in the bank. In 27, my current plan is Foden to Son. Right? If I just, I'll make transfers and optimize my team. So the team would look like this for 27. I would bring in Foden for Son. Really, really strong team in general. I can get away with benching Bruno Fernandes against Manchester City. And remember, going into 27, we'll also have an idea about which teams play in game week 29. Like I said, there is a chance that Gabriel, Saka, Palmer, and Fernandes could all play in 29. We just don't know at this stage. So I kind of like the idea that I'm going into there knowing, and then obviously I can make some decisions. Then in 28, I'm looking at a position where I want to attack the double, but I also want to sort out 29. So I'm kind of hopeful that Luton do play, because if Luton play, believe it or not, I'm then looking at Haaland to Adebayo, and then probably, I'd imagine it's going to be Doughty coming in for Gabriel. Right? So if I do that, Doughty in for Gabriel, and then I would obviously captain Solanke. If I make those transfers, that's for a -4. The team would look something like this. I would have Doughty, Solanke, Adebayo doubling. That means going... Sorry, I know this is... If you're not up to date with everything that's going on, it's probably very confusing. But going into blank game week 29... Right, so this is the big blank game week. Remember, I've only taken 2 hits, 2 -4s. Based on the projected fixtures, I'd have Areola, Doughty, Powell, Pedro Porro, Son, Richarlison, Adebayo, Watkins. Is that it? Pinnock, Taylor. 10. 10 players already. Based on the projected fixtures. Obviously, if Palmer and Saka and Gabriel are fine, or Fernandes is, then I've got extra as well. But that's roughly the idea. Hopefully that makes sense. So I would be going into game week 29. I'm imagining between 8 and 11 players I'll have for game week 29 without even taking a hit for 29. And of course, in 29, you can take a hit. So I don't think I need the free hit. It's basically that's the plan. Why is every FPL creator counting out Salah in their chip planning? Salah blanks in 26. He's probably not going to be available for 25 fully. Blanks in 26, plays Man City in 28, and blanks in 29. We think we'll blank in 29. Like, you just don't want Salah until 30. And a wildcard in 30 or 31 for Salah. Right, let me go back to the super chats that I missed. Fuel Your Grind says, hi, Solanke and Gordon to Jota and Adebayo for a -4. Yes. 4-point hit to Bradley from Lascelles. Bradley's on compassionate leave, so I don't think he'll play. In fact, he won't play against Burnley. So no, I wouldn't take a -4 hit to bring in Bradley. Free transfer, get Doughty now, bench 1 of Trent Walker-Porro. No. Ah, for free though. Yeah, maybe for free and maybe bench Walker. FPL Tony, Foden starts. Okay. Okay. That makes it easy to decide not to bench. That makes it easier to decide not to bench Foden. Sorry, I was looking for my words then. Here we go. There's the tweet. There is the tweet. FPL Tony, Foden starts. Okay, we'll keep an eye on Tony then throughout today. Is there anyone else he's done? I feel like we expect it. I think the two that we're a bit more worried about, well, I'm not because I don't own them. I would love this to be the case. I think KDB and Alvarez are more at risk this week. I think one of them will start and one of them will be on the bench. I don't know which one I expect to start and which one I expect to be on the bench. They could both be on the bench. I think Alex, I really like Alex. He does like Man City predictions. He predicted both KDB and Alvarez to be benched this week. So I think they're more of the worry for us at the moment. But yeah, Foden starts. That's good. It's good news. Hi, Ross. Bench Palmer or Solanke? I'd bench Solanke, BD. Will Kabore start against Sheffield? I don't know. A few people have asked me that. I'm unfortunately a bit unsure. Sorry. Fortunately, a bit unsure on that one. By the way, you've got just under 40 minutes until the deadline. Get your teams locked in ASAP. Or you could also say just over half an hour. When I say locked in, by the way, I mean like locked in, ready to go. So the reason I've got Gordon in the starting 11 is because if I need to make a last minute decision and do Gordon to Jota like last minute, it's already ready for me to go. KDB news would be super helpful. Stops me taking a hit if I know he doesn't start. Yeah, I know, Frosty. I think he'll get us the news. I'm hopeful that Tony will get us the news. I kind of want some news around Jota and Darwin would be useful. That's for me slightly better than... that for me. Sorry, I've just lost everything. Where did my chat go? Okay. You'd think I'd be used to streaming by now. I've lost my bloody tabs. Chat. Where were I? I forgot what I was talking about. Captaincy, Ross. I think I'm just going to go Haaland, but I do truly believe Jota and Darwin are very good captaincy options this week. I wouldn't go for anyone else. Maybe Palmer, but there's no one really that interests me outside of Liverpool and Haaland. Fareed says, hi Ross, 0.3 million in the bank, 1 free transfer, thinking Son to Jota, Solanke to Darwin for -4, have KDB, Gordon, Palmer, Saka and Haaland and Watkins, thanks so much. Son to Jota, Solanke to Darwin. I am a bit hesitant on selling Son, but I like it to get double Liverpool, so you could go for it, Fareed, but I also think there is justification to hold on to Son. I guess you can buy Son in 27. Yeah, maybe do sell Son. That blinking flu comment ruined captaincy choices this week. It did a little bit, didn't it? You just don't feel fully comfortable doing it anymore. Right, come on, Tony. Deliver on the KDB, Alvarez and Haaland stuff. I mean, Haaland should start, shouldn't he? But you never know. It would be nice to get some more news from Tony, and also hopefully some more Liverpool news would be good. But remember, Liverpool play at 3 p.m, so I think we're slightly less likely to get lots of news. Darwin starts. Who says Darwin starts? Anfield Talk. Let me have a look. Ooh, okay. Are they reliable, though? I'm sure they got something wrong once, badly. Remind me, chat. Let me get it back up. Sorry, I lost all my tabs, so I'm going to have to bring this back over now. Right, hopefully you can see that. Can you see that? No. Now you can. I'm sure. Did the Anfield Talk get us? They leaked once about something, and it was completely off. Not always reliable, not always reliable. Yeah, a few people said. They said Darwin starts and then Gakpo. Oh, that was it, wasn't it? I remember. I remember that. Yeah, I think they said Darwin starts and then afterwards Gakpo ended up starting. Tony hinted that Haaland isn't... Whoa. What did I just do there? Hello? Tony hinted that Haaland didn't start. Where did he do that? In like replies? Or are people troll him? Sorry, chat. If you've just joined, we're just trying to see if we can get any Man City and Liverpool team news, basically. No, I can't see anything where he's hinted that. I think you're lying. Don't lie. Okay, I'll keep you updated. Think he's mistaking the pinned tweet from December. Oh, okay, fair enough. Hey Raptor, Saka, Palmer and Solanke bench 1. I think Solanke. Is Foden starting? Yes, Foden is confirmed as starting. Darwin for Alvarez or Watkins? Oh, that's a tough one. That is a very tough one. Let's see if we get an Alvarez leak first. If we don't, maybe Alvarez. Ross, first time Darwin owner this season. Just bought him in for a -4 with the Watkins. For Watkins, wish me luck. You're going to need luck. Sorry, my leg's gone asleep. Oh. Alfie Haaland has benched Haaland. You can't know that. We can't see Alfie Haaland's team yet. So that's not true. Bench Solanke or Watkins? Solanke. I think, just Solanke, but that's a close one. Why not Triple City? There's no one I really want. Apart from KDB, and I can't really afford KDB, there's no one I would want really for that third City spot. Quite a few people here. 6,400 people watching. Make sure to subscribe. It's the 5th time I've asked this stream. I know. But make sure if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, have a subscribe. So many trolls in this stream. Sadly, it's the case. When you're waiting for early team news, people love to lie. But don't worry. If we get any actual early team news, I will update you. Don't you worry. Solanke's playing Fulham. Daft decision to bench. Fulham have been decent recently, actually. Come on, nothing yet. I'm hopeful we're going to get a little bit more. Oh, Hinshelwood's injured. That's bad for... Do you know what? Hinshelwood being injured might mean that Lamptey switches to the right and Estepinian gets more minutes. Could be good for Estepinian owners, that. Do you think Son will start? I really don't know. If he's fit, he definitely starts, but I just don't know if he's fit. Hinshelwood out for the rest of the season. Wow, that's a massive blow. I would say Hinshelwood's been maybe even their player of the season, Hinshelwood. He's been brilliant, at least in recent game weeks. Increase your screen brightness. What? My screen brightness? FPL mate has confirmed Foden starts. No, it wasn't. It was FPL Tony. FPL Tony confirmed. Start Alvarez or Saka? I would go Saka, just about. What is the team news so far? Just joined. Foden is starting. That's it. That's all we've got so far is that Foden is starting. But I will update you as and when we get more information, of course. Stick with me for the next half an hour and you will get the latest team news. De Bruyne doesn't start for Man City. Bang. Lazy FPL. Boom, boom, boom. Information for you. Wait, did they delete that tweet? They literally just tweeted that. Okay, no, they didn't. Here we go. KDB does not start. I don't know if he's benched or not in the squad. I assume bench, so but I won't say benched. There you go. Okay, that's chaos, isn't it? I kind of thought that might be the case. Listen, I think the good thing about that is that he's very likely to start both in the double. So I don't think you sell him unless you really want Jota and Darwin. I still think you keep him. But I would now bench KDB. I know that's scary. Assuming that this is correct, and lazy FPL tend to be correct. I think they've only got something wrong once. And I believe it was a late change. Do you remember? I think like Grealish was ill in the warm-up or something. I think that was the only time they've been wrong. So I would trust this. But benching KDB still doesn't feel great. We know what you can do off the bench. Maybe just start him still. I don't know. I know what I can do. Team news so far. Foden starts. I'm going to pin this so that people know when they join. Okay, I'm gonna end the poll and I'm just gonna keep that pin. So team news so far is that Foden starts and KDB's benched. Good, we're actually getting early team news. That's what I want. That's what we want. Who has De Bruyne? Chat, if you've got De Bruyne, let me know what you're planning on doing now that De Bruyne doesn't start. Darwin starts from Tony. Wait, what? How is Tony getting Liverpool news now as well? Surely not. As if he's getting Liverpool news as well. Tony's just got everyone. Oh, God. Okay, hold up. Now I need a new one. Team news so far. Foden and Darwin start. KDB benched. This is manic. One sec, I'm going to answer the super chats in a second. New pinned message. Ah, panic. Oh, goodness. There are a lot that I've missed. Ross, Barkley, Neto, or Gross in for Gordon? Barkley. Yeah, I'd go Barkley. Risk it. Which week do you plan on wildcarding? 31 or 27? 31 or 27? I think I'll probably go 31 because I don't think I need to wildcard before the blank in 29. Let me go back to my team just so that people joining can see what my team is at the moment. I've not yet made my transfer, but my plan is Gordon to Jota. Why is my camera going? Again, code red situation. Gordon to Jota is the plan with my team at the moment. Porro and Palmer for Van Heck and Diaz. I don't mind that, actually. Yeah, I don't mind that, especially because it's for free. Gordon to Barkley, Solanke to Darwin, or Solanke to Adebayo and Diaby to Jota. I think I prefer Barkley and Darwin. Although I do like Adebayo. I think I'd go the Barkley and Darwin route. Hello? Camera? Why is my Hello? Goodness me, chat. The camera's wanting to die today. Morning, bruv. Any latest news on players starting? Yes, so just to recap, Foden and Darwin start and De Bruyne is on the bench and we should get some more team news very shortly, I would imagine. Hopefully get some team news around Alvarez would be useful. There is absolutely prep panic right now. I am all over the gaff with everything happening. Bench one of Tony Palmer or Richarlison. Oh, wow, that is tough. Probably genuinely Tony there. Maybe. I don't think you can bench Palmer this week. I think that's the conclusion I've come to. Given the state of Crystal Palace, it just doesn't feel right for me. Solanke to Darwin for a -4. Do it in Game Week 25. Do it this week, especially now that we know that Darwin starts. With KDB news, KDB to Foden and Bowen to Jota. Yeah, I don't mind that, actually. But again, KDB could be very good for the double. Bench KDB for Gross. Yeah, I would. Should I buy Trent for Konsa or Darwin for Semenyo? I would buy Darwin for Semenyo. Already did Colwill to Doughty. Watkins to Darwin for a -4. Yes. Or Porro and Solanke to Powell and Darwin for a -8. Ooh. I would do Porro and Solanke to Powell and Darwin, you know. And I would probably bench Bernardo from those options. Start KDB hoping for a return or start Garnacho. Garnacho. I'd prefer 90 minutes of someone versus 20 minutes. We don't even know that De Bruyne will get 20 minutes. Darwin and Barkley in for Gordon and Solanke -4. Yeah, that looks really nice, Kieran. Solanke to Darwin. Yes, Cathal. I think anyone that's asking to bring in Darwin or Jota, I'm just going to say yes to it, honestly. Is a bench of Areola, Neto, Gabriel, Gvardiol worth a bench boost this week? It's close. I'd be tempted, yeah. Areola's not ideal, though, is he? I think that bench probably looks better in 25. If that's your bench this week, your bench probably looks good in 25. Trippier or Van Dijk? Thanks, Ross. Van Dijk, in isolation, Van Dijk's a better pick, I think. Haaland, oh, Main Road. Cool, cool, cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Let's have a look. Cool, we're getting loads of early team news. Check everyone out. On fire today. No flu for Jota. Why are all the Man City ITKs getting Liverpool team news as well? Right, let me update the thing then. Right, early team news so far. I'm just doing this pinned in the chat so that people can, if they just join, they can see straight away. So we've got Foden, Darwin, and Jota start. KDB benched. Pin message. Cool. So just to recap verbally as well, Foden, Darwin, and Jota starting, supposedly, and KDB benched. Yeah? Hopefully that's clear. Let me go back to this one. Cool. FPL Pickle, do I start Estepinian or Saliba? That's a comfortable Saliba for me. Foden or Jota to buy? Oh, it's got to be Jota this week, maybe Foden next week, or just get both. If it's just one to own, maybe Foden because he doesn't blank in 26. But the fixture this week is definitely better for Jota, isn't it? All right, let me try and get back to some of these super chats. Sorry if I'm missing super chats. It's a little bit difficult at the moment with everything going on. Darwin for Solanke -8. Yeah, do you know what? Go for it. Good idea. Salah and Bowen for Jota and Foden -4. Yes, yes, I would. Porro for Doughty -4. Less keen on that. I mean, I could do that, but I'm probably not going to. Start Colwell over Zinchenko. Not sure on not either starting. I'd start Zinny, I think. I'd start Zinchenko. Start Raya or Dubravka. Honestly, Raya. Newcastle have not been good defensively recently, and Arsenal are great. Pedro, Saka, Højlund out. Darwin, Morris, Jota in. KDB benched. I like that, but I do think I prefer Adebayo to Morris still. I like the fact that Morris is on penalties, but Adebayo's got better data and he's more nailed at the moment. That could, of course, change. It could be that Morris starts every game now. But I think I do just marginally prefer Adebayo to Morris. Bench one of Palmer, Richarlison, Saka, Watkins, Solanke, Foden. Oof, that's a tough one. Lots of benching headaches this week. Probably just about Solanke, because Fulham have actually been decent recently, and I think Bournemouth have just fallen off a little bit. Thoughts on Hwang? I love Hwang, but I don't know that he'll start this week. There was sort of hints from Gary O'Neill that he might be on the bench. Play Gross instead of KDB, or send Gross to Jota. I just play. If it's for free, I'd get Jota in. If it's for a hit, I'd just play Gross. Estepinian replacements. Probably Pau Torres in the long term, or Doughty, if you can get away with Benjamin 26. Solanke to Adebayo, absolutely fine as well. Again, assuming you can get away with 26. Latest team news is pinned in the chat. Foden, Darwin, Jota start, KDB bench. That's all we know so far, those 4 players. Gordon and Bowen out for Jota and Barkley. Really nice, happy with that. Trippier and Palmer to Doughty and Jota for a -8. Less keen on that one, Joe. -8 to remove Trippier and Palmer this week. But I do like Doughty and Jota. I'm less keen on that. If you can get Jota another way, I would do that. Who you do? Would you do, probably? Trent and Gordon to Robertson, Van Dijk, and Jota for a -4? Or just do Gordon to Barkley straight up? I'd probably leave Trent in. I don't think Trent's a perfect option now, but I think if you have him, selling him seems a bit bonkers to me. So Gordon to Barkley could work, or find another way to be able to afford Gordon to Jota. Like downgrade another player, maybe even an Ollie Watkins instead of a Trent. Oh, I really want to captain Darwin. Oh, I really want to captain Darwin. Bench Bernardo or De Bruyne? De Bruyne at the moment. If they're both on the bench, though, we could get news that Bernardo's on the bench. Then I don't know. Haaland starts. Is that more news we've got? God, this is manic, isn't it? Was it Main Row tweeted that? What was it, Tony then? Cool. Bloody hell, we've got everyone apart from Alvarez. I would imagine Alvarez probably starts if KDB's on the bench, but again, they could both be on the bench, I suppose. Let me update the. This doesn't mean Alvarez start one set. Let me show you Alex's prediction because I really like Alex. He's good. This was Alex's prediction. I'm not saying Alex is always right, by the way. He's definitely not because it's difficult to predict. But he's got both Alvarez and KDB on the bench, right? He's got Haaland, Doku, Foden, Bernardo, Kovacic, Rodri, Gvardiol, Ake, Stones, Walker, and obviously Edison. So this doesn't mean that definitely Alvarez starts. It probably does mean that at least one of Bernardo or Alvarez start, though. Can't imagine them both being on the bench. So I'll unpin that message. I'll update it once more. Early team news. So far, we've got Haaland, Foden, Darwin, Jota start. KDB benched. That's the news we've got so far. Let me pin that as well for people joining. If you are one of the 8,000 people watching, that's a hell of a lot of people. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel if you're not, right? I guarantee at least 4,000 of you watching right now aren't subscribed, so please consider subscribing. Why haven't you made your transfers? I don't know. I'm just waiting. I guess I can make my transfers now, can't I? Foden and Haaland, yeah, are starting. Darwin, yeah, that's a good point. I can make my transfers, actually. Yeah. Chat, you have got 30 seconds to convince me not to do Gordon to Jota. 30 seconds. Do your worst. I'll answer some super chats while you do it, and then I'm going to make the transfer. Start Zinchenko or Bell? Oof, still Zinchenko, I think. Have Darwin, Gross, and Trippier to Jota and Van Dijk. Have Darwin, Gross, and Trippier to Jota and Van Dijk for a -4. You don't mind it. I probably wouldn't do it, but I don't mind it. Or do Gabriel to Robertson for free. Can't afford Jota to Trent without taking Jota or Trent without taking a hit. Saka to Jota or roll. Oh God. Yeah. Do you know what? Gross and Trippier to Jota and Van Dijk is fine. I think it could go wrong this week though. It really could. Bench Watkins or Solanke. Love you, Egg. Love you too. I would bench Solanke. Captain Jota or Darwin. Equal options. Gut feeling. Go purely on gut there. I think they are both good options. I think this game could suit Darwin more, but I've got a weird sort of gut feeling about Jota. I don't know why. KDB to Jota -4 or let Estepinian auto sub on for KDB. I'd be tempted by KDB to Jota for a -4. I would. Start Cunha over KDB or start KDB and hope for 20 to 30. I'd start Cunha for sure. Best FPL creator, good luck this weekend. Thank you very much. I have Darwin and Haaland, Bowen to Jota or Foden. I'd go Bowen to Jota. I would. Is Burn to Doughty a bad move? No, not a bad move at all. Walker doesn't start, Stones starts. God, Tony is going all out with the team news. Bloody hell. Let's get back to Tony. Walker doesn't start. Who said Stones starts? God, everyone is pounding out the early team news. The two of them are just going men. They must be talking to each other. I think they have the team news together and they're leaking it at the same time. Okay, let me unpin this message. You've got 15 minutes until the deadline. We have got loads of early team news. Early team news. So far, we have, to recap, Darwin, Jota, Haaland, Haaland, Foden, Stones, all start. Is that it? Jota, Haaland, Foden, oh, yeah, and Darwin all start. And then we've got KDB and Walker benched. Right? I think that's all of the team news so far. God, this is manic. We should get more in the next 15. We really, all we need information around now is Alvarez, right? Alvarez is the one that obviously we need some information around. I'm going to make my transfer because I think I'm good. I don't think there's any more information we'll get that would change my transfer. So Diogo's going to come in. I think so, yeah.
I'm going to join you then.
It's going to go horribly wrong.
Yeah, but at least we'll be in it together for once.
That's true. Right, Gordon to Jota. Done. I want Trent over there. My OCD is going to kick in if my Liverpool aren't all along that side. Right. Oh, God, that doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, that team. That's never a good sign. I'm not going to spend time getting it ready. I need to answer your questions. There's too many people here to be sorting out my team like that. I'm going to put the Vice armband on Jota. I've just got a feeling about Jota this week over Darwin slightly. Just ever so slightly. There you go. As much as I love my Darwin. We haven't even had time for the wheel today. We haven't even had time for the wheel. Jesus. Been manic. Almost 9,000 people here. You've got over 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes till the deadline. Get yourself locked in. Bench KDB or Estepinian. In that case, I would bench Estepinian and hope for 30 minutes from KDB. Hey, Egg, bench Watkins or Bowen. Is Alvarez starting? No news on Alvarez at the moment. I would bench Bowen and start Watkins. Bring in Garnacho or Hwang. Will bench this week. In that case, Hwang. KDB now a sell if it means getting another Liverpool attacker. Maybe. There would be the temptation there for sure. But it probably means he starts both in the double, you would imagine. Porro, João Pedro, Estepinian to Van Heck, Darwin and Botman for a -4. Just about, because you get Darwin. KDB Solanke to Jota Haaland. Yes. Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, definitely. Hi, Ross. No bench this week. KDB not starting. Should I just play KDB and hope? Oh. Should I just play KDB and hope for a return or go Elise to Neto for a -4? Well, Elise's an issue anyway, so I'd probably grab an Elise replacement. Because you need to sell Elise before 26 anyway. With Walker out, do I take a -8 to bring in a replacement? Unless you've got no bench, no. Because Walker, again, is probably more likely to start both in the double. This is the thing with City defenders. Right? The thing is with City defenders, if they don't start this week, they're probably better for a start in the double. And if they start this week, then you're probably thinking that maybe they don't start both in the double. So you probably weren't expecting a start for all of your City players in all of these games. You knew they were going to be benched in one. So getting the benching out of the way is not the worst thing in the world. Start Solanke or De Bruyne? Oof, I'd start Solanke. Intrusive thoughts made me Captain Darwin. I love it. I love it. Walker to Ake for a -4. No. No, Walker's a better option longer term, I think. Can't afford Trent. Do I go Van Dijk or Robertson? Van Dijk for me. Robertson could be rotated with Tsimikas, and once Gomez is back, he can play left back too. Yeah, not for me, that one. You've got just over 10 minutes till the deadline. I need to actually make sure I screenshot my team so I can tweet it. Here we go. I really need Palmer to go big. Because I decided to sell Gordon rather than Palmer and bench Watkins because I think Palmer's going to go massive. I won't find out till Monday night. At least I'll have the hope the entire time. Again, just a reminder, you've got less than 10 minutes until the deadline. The news that we currently have, in case you have not read the chat, Jota, Darwin, Haaland, Foden and Stones all start. So Darwin, Jota, Haaland, Foden, the key ones, all starting. KDB and Walker are benched. Or we don't even know if they're benched, by the way. They're just not starting. They might not even be in the squad. I assume it means they're on the bench, but we don't know that. Captaincy poll. We've already done a captaincy poll. About 65% of people are on Haaland. So I reckon just under 2/3 of people captain Haaland. Then I think there will be a roughly equal split between Darwin and Jota. Then maybe a few other random ones like Luis Diaz, Trent, etc. Maybe Palmer. Obviously, not many people will be going for KDB now. Foden, by the way. I think Foden's going to be playing in the 10. Foden could even be a captaincy shout, genuinely. I think Foden will be playing that KDB role.
I was tempted.
But it's Everton, so I don't think it's a great fixture. Who to bench? Watkins, Bowen, Solanke. I'd go Bowen, Dave. Julian says Gabriel, Trippier, Trent to... Whoa. What is this? I'm sorry, I don't understand the message. Very, very sorry. Justin, front 8 of Saka, Palmer, KDB, Richarlison, Foden, Haaland, Darwin, Watkins. Would you bench KDB now with the news? Yes, definitely. All of those other players are brilliant. I think you bench the player that you know is not starting. Listen, I know what KDB did against Newcastle. But one, it was Newcastle, and they're a bit stinky. And also, two, you just don't even know that he'll get that many minutes. If City are 2 or 3 goals up, I don't think KDB comes on. And if he does, it may be like 10 minutes to give like Foden a bit of a rest. I don't think KDB's coming on for like 40 minutes and going absolutely ballistic if they're winning comfortably. Hey, Ross, what are your thoughts on a -4 for Trent to Porro? I assume you mean Porro to Trent, and I still don't like that. Start Watkins or Barkley? If you're not starting Barkley this week, it's a bit pointless owning him. So I would start Barkley, but that's a close one. Is Saka to Jota an option you would consider? Saka to Jota an option I would consider. Yes, I would consider it. If it's for free, I'd consider it a hell of a lot more. For a hit, I wouldn't do it. Would you get Pau Torres or Moreno to afford Darwin? Definitely Pau Torres. I think Luka Dean could come back into the starting 11 in place of Moreno. By the way, you have got just over... Well, you got about 7 minutes until the deadline. I'll keep reminding you because I don't want you to miss it and forget to do your transfers. Make sure your vice captaincy is sorted just in case. Make sure your bench order is sorted as well. Make sure you made your transfers. Given the history, who did FPL Pickle captain? She's captaining Haaland, I think. She's captaining Haaland. Bench Gabriel Jesus or KDB? KDB. Walker not starting. Bench for Garnacho or Estepinian. I'd get Garnacho in the starting 11 ahead of Estepinian. Start Garnacho or Bowen. I'd just about lean Garnacho. Bench 1, play 2 from KDB, Neto or Adebayo. I'd play Neto and Adebayo and bench KDB. Unless you're in a position where your bench option is really poor, I wouldn't be starting KDB ahead of them. Again, I know anyone can do damage off the bench, but it's just not worth it. I'd much rather a player playing for like 90 mins. Akanji starts. Did someone tweet that? I'm not going to add that to the thing because I don't think many own him, but I'll verbalise that apparently, yeah, Akanji starts. So it's probably a back line then of Akanji, Stones, Ake and Gvardiol? No, that wouldn't... Maybe Gvardiol or Ake don't start then. I'm trying to work out what the likely back four is. It's very... Because if Stones is playing at right back instead of Walker, he's going to be inverting, which means they're not going to play their normal setup. I tell you what, Foden's going to be a seriously good option this week. Don't bench Foden. The more I think about this, he's going to have Stones inverting into midfield. Foden's going to be pushing up the pitch. If Foden's in a central role and not on the left or right, he is going to be awesome. He could also be on the right or left, though, in which case he's a slightly weaker option. Although he scored a hat-trick from the left last week. Would you take out Bowen for Jota and bench Watkins for a -4 or keep Bowen in? That is pretty much the debate a lot of people have had. And I think I'm leaning towards just getting Jota in for a -4. You just got to attack these fixtures. It could go wrong. Of course it could. Watkins scores a brace. Diogo blanks. You're really sad. But I think in my situation, I'd be sad and not going for it. I'd be more annoyed at myself for not... I'd be like, why didn't I take the risk? Jota bangs a hat-trick and I'd be like, oh, I'm such an idiot. Burnley at home, it was so obvious. If Watkins hauls, I promise you I'll just take that on the chin because it's part of... It's a risk you have to take, I think. I have Trent, Trippier, Gabriel, Pedro Porro, Taylor. Which 3 should I play? I think you bench Taylor, definitely. And in all honesty, probably Pedro Porro. I think you play Trippier. Which 3 should I play? Yeah, I think you play Trent, Trippier, and Gabriel. Gordon to Foden for a -4. Saka will get benched then. Gordon to Foden for a -4. Yes. Benching Saka, I hate. Yes, just. Is Stones a good buy longer term, given he's back? I think I need to see him get more minutes. But longer term, he's definitely first choice. But I just don't know how long it will take to get back to that. I've got Son. Should I captain? No. just in case. Son could start on the bench. He was nursing a bit of an injury at the Asian Cup. Alvarez starts. Crap, did we get that news? 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Who tweeted that news? Was it Tony or Main Road? Probably Tony, right? Alvarez starts. I shouldn't have sold Alvarez. Okay. Okay. Let me update this then. God, that chat is moving quickly. Sorry if I've not answered your question. I'm not ignoring you. I promise it is just there is a lot going on. So with 3 minutes left until the deadline, to recap the news that we have, we've pretty much got news on everyone. Darwin, Jota, Haaland, Foden, Alvarez, and Stones all start. The key ones being that Darwin and Jota start and Haaland, Foden, Alvarez start. We've also got news that KDB and Walker are benched. We also have a small piece of news that Akanji starts, if anyone owns Akanji. We don't have anything on Ake and Gvardiol, but Stones and Akanji are taking up 2 of the defensive spots. So obviously if Diaz starts, then one of Ake and Gvardiol wouldn't start. Nothing on Doku, nothing on Grealish, nothing on Bernardo Silva, sadly, at the moment. That's what we've got at the moment. There you go. Just did Darwin in for Alvarez. Ouch. Tempted to captain Darwin over Haaland last minute. Go for it if you're feeling it. If you're feeling it, go for it. I think for me, I'm just happy having triple Liverpool. If triple Liverpool bang, I should still gain. I think it's just playing it safe with Haaland cap. It's picking your battles, and this doesn't feel like a battle that I want to pick at the moment. Bench Solanke or Gabriel? Yeah, Gabriel. It does look okay for a clean sheet, but you got to back the attacker on pens, I think. Boring. I don't think my team's boring. I know captaining Haaland's a bit boring, but it's okay being boring sometimes. Darwin 20 pointer is going to make you cry later. Oh, trust me, it won't make me cry. If Darwin scores a 20 pointer, I'll be leaping from the sofa. Obviously, I'd be a bit gutted I didn't captain him, but it's okay. Bench Watkins or Solanke? Just about Solanke, but that is if you have a feel either way, then go for that. You've got just under 2 minutes until the deadline. Get those teams locked in. Stop asking. Well, we can carry on asking questions, but make sure your team's okay. Start KDB or Watkins. Definitely Watkins. Bench Saka or Solanke? I'd start Saka. Start Alvarez or Watkins? Oof, I'd start Alvarez. Now we know he starts. Start Solanke or Gross? I'd start Pascal Gross. I've got a feeling that there could be goals in that game. Any City team news? Yes, the City team news we have is that Foden, Alvarez, and Haaland all start. KDB and Walker benched. Okay, so if you've got Foden, Alvarez, or Haaland, you're laughing. If you've got KDB or Walker, you need to work out whether to bench them or sell them. I'd probably just bench them in most cases. Lots of people selling KDB this week. I kind of don't blame you. I don't blame you, but you'll probably want him back for the double. Unless you get Jota in his place. Right. Chat. That's it. By the time you hear my voice, because there's a bit of a delay, I'm thinking, yeah, there you go. 11 o'clock. That is it. Locked in. Did you take a hit to get Jota, or was it your free transfer? It was just my free transfer. Gvardiol's benched. I so nearly brought him in this week. Wow, wasn't expecting that. Sorry, I was a bit late on that. That was really last minute. Sorry, guys. I didn't quite catch that one. Hopefully, I still managed to help you. And if I did, before you leave, if you can make sure you subscribe, I really appreciate it. I'm going to carry on streaming for the next 45 minutes to an hour, by the way. So if you just want to carry on listening to me drone on, stick around. It's worth it. But if you are going to leave, please make sure you subscribe on the way out. I do really appreciate it. And also tune into the next week's deadline stream as well. Oh my God, my subscribers are 111,111. That's fun. I have 111,111 subscribers.
Oh my god, I still don't know how to tweet. I missed out so many things.
You still don't have to tweet?
No, I didn't put my rank in it. I didn't put in who I captained.
Mrs. Raptor overthinks tweeting so much.
I don't like it. It's stressful. I'm so bad at tweeting.
You are our number one. You're my number one. Who said that lives? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Mrs. Raptor was like, is that a girl's name? Don't worry, Mrs. Raptor. You're my number one, really. What a wild stream. I know. Manic. I was not expecting it to be that. I was expecting to get maybe 1 or 2 pieces of early team news, but not that much. Jesus. I need to tweet my team quickly. 45 minutes to an hour. What a dream. Yelena, aren't you on holiday? Shouldn't you be enjoying the sun rather than watching me drone on about stuff?
I wish I was there right now.
I know. It looks nice.
It's so nice.
Oh, is it Cape Verde?
Yeah.
Cape Verde. It looks really good.
Oh, one of my favourite places in the world, to be honest.
Right. What was I doing? I was tweeting my team, wasn't I? GameWeek24 team. Oh god, I can't type. We're not very good together, are we? We're useless. I'm trying to tweet. I've run out of podcasts, so this will have to do. I'm currently sunbathing, my friend. Is as burnt, Yelena? This isn't an insult, but I feel like Az is the type of person that could burn. You know? I feel like he's reckless. Don't let Az be reckless. My transfer, what was my transfer? Gordon to Jota. You're seeing behind the scenes of me trying to type and tweet and all sorts. Ow. What were the news about City's defence? Akanji starts, Stone starts, Gvardi. Yeah, Akanji and Stone start, Walker and Gvardiol benched. Az gives off pale boy vibes, doesn't he? I mean, I didn't want to say it like that, but yeah, maybe. Done. FPL Pickle was tweeted. Let's give you a like. Why don't you tweet your rank? Your rank's good.
I forgot. I sat there for about 5 minutes trying to figure out what to do.
Bench boost 25 ready. I could bench boost in 25, genuinely, but it would involve Palmer being part of the bench boost against City, which isn't ideal, and then obviously I'd have to sell Taylor. So I think I'm leaning towards just triple captaining instead of that. Lucky you didn't bring in Allison. They're saying he isn't in the squad. Oh, didn't Praz do Allison as part of a -8?
Pardon?
Allison isn't in the squad. Oh, that's not good for Trent.
That's good for me.
Where's this? Chat, who's tweeted that? Let me know.
Allison not in the squad.
The wheel is waiting. I can't believe I didn't have time to spin the wheel. That was the quickest deadline stream of my life. That flew by.
It did, to be fair.
Ben Krellin bought in Allison as part of a -8 as well. Jesus Christ. Wait, where am I? Let me just Google Allison. Not Google, or search on Twitter for Allison. Oh no, his was for free. I think. Loads of people have brought in Allison, actually. Well, not loads, but at least a few decent. Where are we seeing Allison leaks? Can someone tell me the Alex? Oh, it's just a random guy. Okay. I'm not saying it's wrong, by the way. Let me type his name in. Alex. This guy. Oh, okay. Well, he's a random guy, but let me bring it up. He's got a video in the squad, and there's no Allison with the squad or Gomez. Maybe Allison has the flu then. That's really not ideal if you've got Liverpool defenders.
So would Gallagher be playing?
Yeah. This is the clip. I'll leave it playing, but apparently I'm not going to go through and directly check. But Luis Diaz is there. Harvey Elliott. Gravenberch. Who else is there? All of the main people. Simicast is there, I think I saw. Maybe Allison was just having a poo or something during this walk. Trent's there, good. Van Dijk, big man. I mean, yeah. Allison is not there along with Gomez, definitely, but you never know. Like I said, maybe he was doing a poo. Happens to the best of us. All right, where was I? Where's the chat gone? John Joe, you are bald. You calling me John Joe? Rude. Ross, I brought in Vardiol at 10:59. I'm done. That is so horrible. I'm so sorry that happened. Your boy Alex is a bit wide of the mark. Yeah, he got it. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Let me what was I going to search? Oh, Praz. Apparently, he did only a -4. I was watching the deadline decisions, and he said he was going to do a -8, which involved bringing in Allison. So that's so interesting that he decided he was so. Unless he knew, no, he would have. I think he would have said something if he knew. Oh, he's benched Palmer. Bench Palmer and started a lot. Yeah, that's now a second person I've seen benching Palmer.
Yeah, because Andy did right.
Well, let's FPL.
Yeah.
Bench Palmer.
Yeah.
Am I missing something? Surely Palmer's a better option than Watkins.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really get it, but he's probably.
Oh, he sold Watkins.
Who?
Andy, didn't he?
No.
Did he not? Oh, I don't know what he's doing then. Maybe. What do you think, chat? Surely Watkins is the right player.
Probably because he hauled last week. So
oh, you're calling them out. Calling out the casuals.
Which I understand. I feel nervous benching him.
I sold Palmer bricking it. Yeah, I was very close to selling him. Watkins is better. United bias. Okay, I'm wrong.
No, I'm a Villa fan, and I think I don't know.
I would back Watkins at home. Watkins is top tier. Okay, Watkins is better than Palmer. Benching Watkins, WTF. There's not a single person. We're in the minority.
Well, okay. Watkins just never does that well against United, though, in my opinion. So
I do think it is Watkins getting an 18 pointer last week. I think is making people scared.
Which I understand. To be honest, it's just think about how weak Crystal Palace's squad is.
I was watching Andy. He said it's because he took a hit to keep Watkins long term and admitted it's probably the wrong decision. So he took a hit to keep Watkins, so he felt inclined to play Watkins. Oh, okay. So that is, I'd tell Andy this to his face. If that's genuinely the reason, that is shite decision making. Starting a player because you've kept the player is bad. But I assume there is more to it than that. I assume there's a lot more to it than that. He might have been joking when he said that. It's either going to be double pain or double joy. If Watkins blanks and we beat Villa, I'm going to be double happy. If Watkins hauls and Man United lose, I will cry. Sunk cost fallacy. Yeah, kind of a little bit. Does Mrs. Raptor see FPL potential in Diaby being a Villa fan? I doubt it.
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah, not at the moment. Time for fitness. Have a lovely weekend, Ross. You too, Mr. Zodiac. I'm going to go do a leg day with Mrs. Raptor probably this afternoon. Maybe this evening. Get those strong legs. Been absolutely battering the leg day recently. Seen some actual growth.
I'm really enjoying it.
Chat, do you want to see a wild egg? There you go. Don't say I never treat you. I've captained Darwin this week, Ross. Oh, Frosty bastard.
Yeah, you did.
You bastard. Mainly so when he hauls, I can rub it in that I just bought him. Love you.
I love you.
Arr. What did he tweet?
Go and have a look.
Was he calling me out?
I'm not calling you out. Well, I'm kind of calling you out.
Fair play. And he's 16k. You must be on like basically the same number of points.
Yeah, he's probably like got one less point than me.
Ooh. Much love for you and the missus from Canada. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Big love to you. I do want to go to Canada. I keep seeing Banff. I don't know if you live anywhere near Banff, Momo, but Banff, Canada comes up on my Instagram all the time. It's a flyer. Does Mrs. Raptor know the lottery numbers every week? Haha, never heard it called leg day before.
FPL's glitched and I can see my team for next week.
Can you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, don't touch it.
No, I won't. Oh, well, that is...
If SD plays, that's nice.
That is sexual. Wow. Oh, that is a naughty little team.
It's not bad, is it?
Well, we've got the same team again, haven't we? You've got Estepinian, I've got...
You've got
Trent.
Trent, to be fair.
So it's the same team, but Estepinian versus Trent.
But I'm okay with having SD for Sheffield if he plays.
Very true. Hello from Miami, another place that I would like to go. There are lots of places that I want to go. Does your girlfriend watch your videos? Not this week. No, she does watch my. This is how we met. We met because she watched my videos. That was how we met. So yeah, she watched my videos, but she's been very busy with work. So she keeps asking me questions that I know full well I've talked about in my video, and I'm like, well, you might as well just tell me you haven't watched my video then. Get all sassy with her.
Sorry. I love your videos though. They're the best.
Thank you. That's blinding me, that sun a bit.
It's a bit bright, isn't it?
Yeah. Find yourself a girl that likes footy and FPL in Dreamland there, Ross. I mean, yes, but also no. Because I'm laying there in bed at like 1 a.m. and she's like, I don't know what to do, this transfer, this transfer. I'm just like, can you just shut up about FPL? Like, imagine I spend like 40, 50 hours a week giving people advice and talking about FPL. I lay in bed and our pillow talk is her just rambling on about FPL.
Yeah, but I should be getting premium advice.
You do get premium advice.
I do, to be fair.
None of us actually watch your videos. Facts.
Sorry.
Oh, someone said, even her voice is beautiful, mate, you're lucky.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if they can hear me, but
Probably not from that far away, but... Why'd you call FPL Pickle Mrs. Raptor? I can call her FPL Pickle if you want.
because I am Mrs. Raptor.
Hey, good answer. Yeah, I saw. Looks like potentially no Allison. Yeah, I saw that.
Wowie.
Why is she complimenting herself in chat? Wait, what? Is she?
I haven't said anything in the chat.
No, no, you're not in the chat. There's no. I'm not. I was looking to make sure there wasn't like a fake FPL Pickle. There's no one Pickle in the chat. Check your Twitter. I posted something and tagged you. I can check in a second. She is not Mrs. Raptor. You are Mr. Pickle.
Mr. Pickle. True.
Which level gap?
Wait, what was that called?
Set. Just ask which level gap.
I don't even know what that means. Oh.
No.
Impressed.
Are you making any transfers this week? Wait, what? The deadline? There's always someone that just piles in like 20 minutes after the deadline. It's like, are you making any transfers? I already did. Yeah, the deadline's gone. Why is your sister talking so much? For God's sake. Amazing how he muted his mic to say arse. Basically. Take off your glasses, Ross. No, it's awful. Chat is dangerously close to being weird. That's just chat constantly.
I love the chat. Love that.
I propose a joint video with Pickle. That would be immense. Yeah, she at some point maybe.
One day, I'm sure.
Ross, have you thought about World Cup Have you thought about World Cup venues are being announced? No, not really. I haven't. Not been.
You're
Not.
a massive World Cup fan, aren't you?
I'm not. I don't really enjoy international football as much as you would maybe think. Wait, what the hell, bro? I thought we were captaining Darwin together. I'm sorry. I had a room. You have a special spot in your local Tesco Express where you meet your fans. I do. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Not on purpose, but yes.
On the ramp.
Yeah, I heard the Tesco rumor too. I mean, it's difficult to deny. It is on the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
Does happen. Is your missus also bald? Yes.
Yeah.
No, she's got too much hair. It's like gets in the way.
I need to get it cut.
Any tips for a 19-year-old with a very receding hairline? Yeah. Listen, my hair. You can see my hair. My hair's. I don't have a good hairline. I shaved my head when I was 20. It was the best decision I ever made. Genuinely, like people will call me egg. Like I genuinely don't mind being bald. It's nice. Like it's one of those things that I think what you need to do is just go with it. Shave your head. You'll feel better for it. It looks worse when you try and hang on to hair, I think.
Commit to the bold.
Commit to the bold. And you might find yourself, like me, a woman, you don't have a hairline at all. Right. You might you might find yourself a woman that doesn't mind you being bald. Or that likes the bald head. Maybe someone's got a bit of a fetish for the bald head.
I think it's just you're clearly very confident with it, or at least now.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
you've
I
got to be
think
confident with it, yeah.
I think that's attractive. Like you flaunt it, like you're not.
Yeah.
I know you wear a hat and stuff, but you still embrace the egg.
Yeah, commit to the bald, absolutely. Embrace. Do you say embrace the egg?
Yeah.
Okay, Mrs. Raptor's advice is embrace the egg.
What is that, Colin?
Your hairline starts at your crack. Is that what you're laughing at? Is your hairline down your back? Right. This is the issue with going bald, though. You will get a lot of stick, all right? But it's part of it. Tesco Eggs Press. For God's sake. Not now, Nick. Kiss the egg. Yeah.
I do kiss the egg.
Yeah, Mrs. Raptor does kiss the egg.
Slap the egg.
She does slap the egg, yeah. How will you watch Darwin play since you're in the UK? I'll probably just watch like Soccer Saturday. At least you are 7 foot tall. No, I'm not 7 foot, chat. I'm 6'3". Shut up. Stop.
Do we need the picture of you and Stormzy together?
No, we don't. I could show him a picture of me and you because you look like you're literally like 3 foot.
I don't like that photo.
You don't like it? So I can't show chat that?
I just don't look very nice in that one.
You do?
We have nicer ones. Like the one in Amsterdam's nice. You know,
Which one?
The mirror one. When we were in the sex museum.
Oh, okay.
Can I say that word on here?
I've said all sorts, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If I get demonetized, I get demonetized. This one.
Yeah.
You're so short. How tall are you? I'm 5'10". That's actually genuinely the truth. I'm not lying there. I promise. So I'm kind of average. Sadly.
Ooh. You need to watch out for Tony over here.
What's Tony said? Pickle's got such a damn sexy voice. All right, Tony. Moving for my woman. Do we know what Mrs. Raptor looks like or not? I've got a picture here, but she won't let me show you. Oh, no.
You could.
No. She's like, she's going, oh, you could maybe.
Maybe for like 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
I don't know. Do you approve of that one though?
I think you look gorgeous in my home screen.
Much hints in it.
Yeah, but if I just show them like that.
No.
Well, you prefer that one?
I think so.
I look huge. I look like I'm 14 foot tall, so I'm a big fan of it.
Got the shades on. Looking swag. Oh, go on then. Like 2 seconds.
Okay, that's Mrs. Raptor.
2 seconds. That's longer than 2 seconds.
That's not 2 seconds. I just look really tall. Look how tall I am. Massive. Humongous. See? You've got a face reveal, but a very short face reveal.
God.
That big moment for you.
I don't know how to feel right now.
You feel violated.
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah, fair play. She's fit. You're punching. Very fit. Proud of you. She's so fine. There you go. I told you you're attractive.
Oh,
She's very insecure about the way she looks for no reason. Holy shit, she's real. Wait, does people still think you weren't real? You look prettier in that, I think.
No me gusta.
No.
No me gusta.
No, speak Spanish. You're not Spanish now.
No, don't post it on Twitter. This stays in this stream.
Yeah, don't do that. That would be very sad for her.
I don't want to be that exposed. That was just a nice little photo for you.
Just for the stream. Just for the stream. Wish my sister looked like that. No, not my sister. Okay? I can show you my sister. Hayley wouldn't mind being shown. My sister's called Hayley.
God, what have I done?
Ah, there's Hayley. That's my sister. And that's that. My two beautiful nieces as well. Look how gorgeous they are. Oh, my heart.
I love that man.
Yeah, I know.
She's so sweet.
I mean, you are getting complimented all over the gaff. That's got to be good for the old ego. The things AI can do these days. It's outrageous. AI technology has come so far. She can't be your sister. She has hair. Wait, did he show his girlfriend? Everyone's going mental. Are you related to my sister? Yes.
Oh my god, what are these comments?
What are they now? Chat, you're being really suspect, okay?
Oh god.
Seeing how thirsty the chat is, this was terrible. I didn't realise the chat would be that thirsty.
Oh dear.
Show us Nanoraptor. I can show you Nanoraptor. Everyone's getting shown off now.
Oh.
I've got a lovely picture of Nanoraptor and I. There you go. She's beautiful, isn't she? And she genuinely looks like 20 years younger than she is.
She does look.
Do you know, like, I'm going to expose her age. Nanoraptor's 83, 84. Like, that is not a woman that is 83, 84. That is mental. Pickle is a pretty girl. You are punching way above your weight. Well, just call me ugly, why don't you? It's outrageous. Show us your grandchildren, Ross, for God's sake. Core Nanoraptor, I know. Nanoraptor is a beautiful woman. I haven't shown you Mama Raptor. I feel like Mama Raptor's the only one still missing. Have got any nice pictures of me and Mama Raptor? Not on my Instagram, I don't think.
Pickle's got a sexy Tony again. Pickle's got a sexy face to match her damn sexy voice like a Wildcard.
There are some thirsty people in here. Leave my girlfriend alone. The chat is wild. I know, Yelena. I regret my life choices. I really do.
Did you not consider this a...
I thought everyone would go, wow, she's pretty. Good for you, Ross. This chat has gone off the deep end. I know. It's outrageous.
Oh god.
Pickle's reading this. Why are you being so charitable? What, dating me? Not charity. Ross, can I kiss your head? Thank you. Someone that wants to love me. Yes. We haven't seen Pickle's mum. I'm showing you Pickle's family now.
Oh, my mum's a beauty.
Yeah, she is.
I can show you a... Oh, actually, no, maybe I'm not.
I wouldn't know, yeah.
My mum's beautiful, though.
She looks kind of like you, to be fair.
Yeah, she's very little like me. She's even shorter than me.
What is your favourite memory with Pickle? What's my favourite memory?
There's honestly so many.
I don't know. Oh, thank you for being a Rap Tier 1 member. I appreciate you. Blicky94. Thank you. That's very sweet.
I do feel like the first weekend we met was like a...
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably first weekend we met.
weekend.
Chat eagerly waiting to riz your family. I know. How often do you shave your egg? I'd say like once every 4 or 5 days. Ross told me to embrace the bald, so I will always respect him. You got to embrace the bald, absolutely. Bald. I say bald weird. Bored. What are you laughing at?
I was scrolling up and looked at a comment. Ross must have a massive chopper. No comment.
Ross must have a massive chopper, Jesus.
Oh, that's so funny.
Wait, so you actually have hair? Wait, what? No, I don't have hair, look. Do I look like I have hair? How did the darts date go last weekend? Very well remembered. It was good. FPL Pickle was cracking at darts.
Oh, thank you.
She had 51. It was a game where you had to finish on 0, but you didn't have to finish on a double. She had 51 left, and she just nailed treble 17. First dart, straight in treble 17. It was wild.
That was probably the highlight of my game, to be honest.
Because she's done a face reveal, can we expect on a video at some point? Not for a while. That was a very quick little flash. It's very different having your face like there.
It's
Like,
a bit intimidating, lads. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, it is. Why is everyone trying to tag me in something Focal's tweeting? What's Focal tweeting? So Diaz starts according to Focal, as does Robertson, Van Dijk, Trent, Darwin Jota. Foden on the right. Oh no, and Walker's not playing. That's bad for Foden. Because not only is Foden on the right, but because Walker's not keeping the width, he's going to be playing wide right. That's a bit naff. SK with the £2 super chat. Feel sorry for Ross. He ain't getting any in the chat. I know, I haven't seen a single nice thing said about me in the chat. Just all you trying to rizz up my nan, my mum, and my girlfriend.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. What's her real name? We don't do that here.
You've got already got the face ID.
Yeah, that's enough. Face ID. Raptor is too wholesome for the internet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try. Say hi to Yelena. You can do. Yelena's in. She was in the chat. You can say hello to yourself.
I miss Yells.
Yeah, I know. You've only met her once, haven't you?
Oh, I miss her.
Your beard is very nice. Oh, well, thank you. Your hair is looking good today. Thank you. Has Pickle seen the Drake leak? Yes.
Sadly.
You're looking Thanks for all the compliments, guys. I appreciate it. They're all just piling in now. Oh. Is anything happened on Twitter?
Pardon?
What?
Not that I've seen.
Let me know.
I will. I'll have a look.
Hey, Ross, you look like a snack today. So do you, Dario. So do you. Raptor, you've changed something. Looking great, buddy. Thanks. Trent confirmed to start from Main Road. Cool. Thank you, Frosty. What's for lunch, Ross? I actually don't know yet. What's the best gift you've got from her? I really like this. It's not necessarily the most expensive gift, but it was like a little chain, but it's got a little football pitch on the chain. I like this. This was from Mrs. Raptor. Team News. Oh, yes, Team News is out. Twitter. And then what we want, man. I was thinking Liverpool at first. Liverpool aren't even the early kickoff, are they? Yep. So Ake starts at left back. Gvardiol doesn't, which was the concern I suppose we're going with Gvardiol, that Ake can fill in that role. Stones is going to be the one inverting, which means that Foden is wide right. Not good for Foden. Should have benched Foden. If I'd have known that, I would have benched Foden. He might still do something genuinely, but he's going to be wide.
It's not
Because Walker's not there to retain the width.
Oh, that's a shame.
Allison out. Mm-hmm.
I just realised that photo you showed was before I like got hench. Remember, I started the
Yeah,
gym at
you're a
that
little
point.
bit like everything. Your arms are like slimmer and stuff.
Yeah.
Shoulders, yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm henching now, guys. I go to the gym regularly. Raptor's the reason I actually go to the gym now.
Yeah, we're like a gym couple.
I used to have very bad gym anxiety, but now I lift and I really enjoy it. So
Yeah, you've done really well.
yeah, thank you for that.
That's nice as well.
Oh yeah. Share if you want to.
It's up to you.
I don't know.
I can show you a picture of me and Mrs. Raptor in this very spot. There you go. It's another one just for you.
Not too long.
There you go. That was a 1 second little flash. That's all you're having today. Any date plans today? No. We're going to go to the gym, do a leg day, and we'll probably just sit and watch a film and have probably a takeaway. Or we could get an Indian. I'd slap an Indian. That sounds racist. No, I would. I wouldn't slap an Indian. I mean, I would eat some Indian food. No, don't clip that. Don't clip that. Do not clip that. When I say I would slap an Indian, I mean I would eat Indian food. Oh, God. That was funny. Just listen. You know when you listen back to a sentence, you're like, that didn't sound right. Raptor and pickle equals pickle Rick. Yes. Clip it up. Are you still teaching? Yeah. Dude, bit harsh. Ross is getting cancelled. Oh dear. Ross is a Brexit means Brexit kind of guy. That's really insulting, Rapture. I'm so sorry. So sorry. What do you teach, mate? Oh, I answer this in every question, but sports psychology. She honestly is a pretty woman. I know. I've done very well. She's wonderful. Yeah, come on screen now. Come on screen now. That explains the bald head. What does? That is such a nice picture of you.
I don't like it.
It's your home screen as well, though.
I know, but I kind of just ignore me.
Oh, okay.
In that one.
To be fair, I look really tall in it.
I'm not a fan.
I could be
You
like
look
6'5"
nice.
in that.
Yeah, true.
Brexit pattern baldness, right? How did you riz her up? YouTube riz.
I'm kind of is.
Kind riz. She said kind riz. I'm very kind.
He's the kindest person I've ever
Have you a picture of you with hair? I've shown loads of pictures of me with hair before. It's bad. I'm not going to show them again because I've done that quite a few times. Clucking bell, she is hot. Did bro use clout? No. Well, maybe. I don't think so. He promised her high grades. She's not my student. She's a student. Respectful is, yeah. Respectful is.
Yeah, respectful is. Exactly.
Shut up, Diz. Rude. MVG vibes. I do not look like Van Gerwen. 100% clout. Drop Stormzy 2 minutes into chatting.
No, not true.
I actually dropped Stormzy about a week after I started chatting. I told you.
What?
I told you about Stormzy like a week after we started chatting. Because I still haven't recorded with Stormzy when we started chatting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know about Stormzy.
No, it wasn't Stormzy. Supposedly. Supposedly, yeah. Raptor, my adapter is in the socket. You are a rocket. You should lock it. I'll mop it.
Balls.
Yes. All right, Drake. Set your bus team. Is the game updated? It was dropping my name that sold it, right? Yeah, I was like, I know Frosty.
Sorry, can I just ask, what is bus team? It's confusing me.
That's fine. So what the phrase comes from Always Cheating, the podcast,
Right.
which is Josh and Brandon. They basically said at the start of the week when the game updates, you set your team up as if it was ready for the next week in case you get hit by a bus. The idea is if something happens that stops you from being able to make transfers, at least you've got your captaincy and benching set up for the next week.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So let's say I did get hit by a bus and was in like a hospital. At least my team's set up for next week. It's a bit morbid, but that's where bus team comes from. So setting up your bus team is like as soon as the game updates, get your benching order, your captaincy all sorted.
I was gonna say I kept seeing it and I was really confused as to what it meant.
Someone else has just asked, so it's good to show your league with chunks. How old are you, Ross? I'm 20. How am I?
6.
I'm still 26. I've been 26 for like 3 years. I'm 27 next month. March the 29th, I'm 27. Is there a deadline on March 29th? Or is it a Saturday?
I think it's a Saturday.
I'm going to be streaming the day after my birthday. I'll be uploading a video on my birthday, though, which would be fun. Yeah, the game has updated. Cool, cool, cool. Let's do that. Oh, no. Chat. Oh, chat. Broken.
You okay?
I almost broke the stream. Oh, my God. That was so close. I think I'm still alive. Sorry, chat. I almost broke the stream. Right. Oh, my goodness. What a beautiful looking team that is. Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, for next week. It does look good.
Here we go. Has anyone tweeted a triple captain? Such a good tweet. Classic. No, do you know what? I'm going to... let's actually make Darwin a triple captain. Let's screenshot that. I'm ready. Done. Fun. Right. Really though, I'm let me zoom out. I'm probably gonna triple captain Haaland, I think. But there is the temptation there with Darwin, you know? Would be fun. Oh, I'm so excited the triple captainship's activated, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think it will be like that. I mean, like I said, tailor to another player. The bench boost is an option, but I just think triple captain's more fun. So, this stream has been outrageous.
What's been said now?
It's more about my slapping behaviours. This is the league with Stormzy, Chunks, Sharky, and HP, like the sauce. It's quite tight still at the top. There's only 39 points between Sharky and Stormzy in first and fourth. It's all to play for. Stormzy had a cracking week, if you didn't see. 104 points last week. Captain Watkins had Foden, Richarlison, had Trippier. I mean, perfect. Chunks had an absolute stinker, bless him, which is obviously why he's dropped down a little bit. Oh, no, he had 71 in the end. But he had a tough week before. He's had a couple of tough weeks. Because at one point, he was doing really well. He got up to like 210k here. Was like top of the mini league, and then he's obviously fallen down a bit. That is a beauty of a team. I'm a big fan. FPL Slapter. God, I am hungry. What do you think of the food? Okay, we'll work something out. No Haaland, is he mad? Who didn't have Haaland? Stormzy. Yeah, maybe. Has Harry given up? Kind of. He had a he's never really played FPL, so he didn't really know what he was doing. He didn't have Haaland for ages when Haaland was banging at the start. He was captaining random people. He keeps on missing game weeks as well. He's a bit of a casual. Harry knows football though. I think like if Harry actually gave FPL a proper go, he'd do very well. I just don't think he can be bothered. He's not bothered enough. Yeah, fair. Don't blame him. Right, chat. As much as I have loved this, and there are still over 2,000 people here, I'm very, very hungry. So I think I'm going to duck. Thank you for being here. One sec, I'm eating a beard here. Gross. Oh, gross. Just munching on my beard. Thank you for being here. I love you all very much. Thank you for the support and the nice words about my lovely Mrs. Raptor / FPL Pickle.
Thank you, everyone. Very sweet.
And we will probably both be here next Saturday again for another deadline stream. Also, there'll be a video probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll be Monday morning with my transfer plans. But the team's already looking good. We just need to decide triple captain, bench boost, or neither. And yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, our triple Liverpool do well this week. Thank you very much, and I will catch you soon.